Okay, I'm coming. We're coming. Everyone's coming. Everyone's coming. Okay, hold on. Wait. There we go. Hey.
Oh boy. Don't be. We're good.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Hey. Hello. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good all the things. Welcome to, of course. It's a show about nothing and everything at the same time. I am Brandon Clock Studios as always, and with me, as usual.
As usual.
Well, I was going to say as always again, but then I was like, nah, I can't do as always. I just did it.
Doesn't work.
What have you been up to, dude? It's been some time, a couple weeks. I don't even remember.
Work, other random crap that I have no time for anything else, which sucks, but what are you going to do?
Dude, sounds about right. That's pretty much where I'm at, too. Work's so stupid.
I know. And the worst part is for you guys have nothing.
No, we don't. Yeah, it sucks.
I was just, what did I do? I stopped by there Wednesday because I had to order dinner at cafe. So I didn't want to, I was like, why drive home?
Right.
To leave my house anyway. So I was like, well, screw it. I'll just stop and say hi to a few people.
Yeah.
And it looks like a ghost town.
Yeah, it is.
It looks like it.
I do nothing all day. It's the worst. It's the worst. It's the worst kind of There's no better, like, I don't know. I guess it's better than actually doing things sometimes because I don't have to actually do anything, you know?
It is.
Like I do nothing. But
right. But
you get bored of you get bored of like Google or searching the internet. You know what I mean? You just get bored of it.
Even like watching YouTube videos, like you can only watch so many at a time. And it's like you can't go on Twitch because, well, I know who ruined that for everyone.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And like just in general, like the boredom in a car business when you work for a car business and it's dead, the boredom and like stuff, it just seems like so long. Like even though you might only be bored for maybe 5 hours of the day, that 5 hours of the day makes it seem like it's 24.
It's worse than any other thing ever, any other job when it comes to boredom.
Awful.
Yeah.
It is god awful, and that's the worst part about it. Is it makes you just want to like jump off a bridge.
You watch like time melt away. You watch your life melt away. You just watch everything melt.
Right.
It's just everything.
Right, and it's just like, and the worst part is you go in your mind and you're like, okay, I could be doing this, I could be doing this, I could be going here, or whatever the case. And it just doesn't work. It's
bad for like productive people. I would consider myself a productive person. Do you know what I mean? So it's bad for like if you have like a job, like example, like for like what you're doing like electrical work, you're an electrician. You know what I mean?
Right.
You have a job that needs to get done, and you're probably like all day long. The time, I would assume the time kind of flies by, for the most part. You're just. For the most part,
like you don't realize, like you turn around and you're like, all right, start my day off at whatever time, and you're like, all right, I want to get at least this, and this done.
Yeah.
So then you start doing it, and it's like do, and it's like you're going, and it's like you do like 2 rooms, and you're 2 or 3 rooms, and you're like, your boss comes in and he's like, hey, he's like lunch. It's like, what do you mean lunch? It's 7:00 in the morning, and you look at your phone, and it's like, or in my case, my watch, which I don't have on right now, but my watch, and I'm like. It's 12 o'clock.
Right. Yeah.
And you don't realize it.
That's the cool thing. Like with me, obviously being so bored, all I do is think about all of the other things I could be doing. Like all of the other, things I could do to make life better. I could create this, I can create that, I can do this, I can do that. But I can't actually do any of it. So it makes it so much worse.
Right, because it just goes through your head, and you're like sitting there, you're like, oh, okay, well, I can do this, and you're like, oh, wait, no, I can't.
Yeah, I'm it feels garbagey. I can't stand it.
And I mean, dude, I'll tell you right now, it's just that stuff like that. Like when you're that bored, it makes it worse.
Yeah,
and the fact that you guys have your bell to bells this week.
Yeah.
For whatever reason of why, because you have maybe a whopping 20 cars total on the lot.
Yeah. I've been getting better at it. I've just been walking out. I've been just leaving whenever I want, like at the end, and I'm just like, I'm gonna go now. And they're like, really? You're supposed to stay? And I'm like, I don't care. You're not gonna fire me, so whatever. And I just leave.
And the worst part is, no one. And the worst part is, you can try. Someone calls you, and you just ignore it, and you call them back like, hey, sorry, I was with a customer. Who's gonna know?
Yeah. I've just been leaving.
Who's gonna know?
I just leave. Whatever. I don't care.
I wouldn't. Dude, they were the worst times of wasting my life away with that.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, they were the worst.
But what's on the agenda? What do we want to talk? We haven't talked about anything in forever. What is it? What do we want to talk about?
What we do have, I was thinking of games that are out or coming out that we're kind of pushing towards, and then news in general, just overall. There's a lot going on lately.
Okay. What game have you been? What's on your eyes? What's on the?
I'm pissed because I wanted to play it in 2 months.
Okay.
They pushed back Rainbow Six Extinction.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's the thing we were watching with the Game Awards, right?
Yeah, they
Gotcha.
pushed it back, and I don't know why. I didn't read much into it, but they pushed it back, and that game's been talked about for years upon years, and I was actually excited to play it because I missed Rainbow Six.
Yeah.
And nope.
Yeah.
Of course not.
I haven't been, like usual, excited about anything.
No,
My normal.
I tried just earlier today, because I was just bored and I figured, what the hell? I downloaded on my Switch the Pokemon Unite game.
Okay.
A lot of fun, but could be frustrating. I mean, it's like League or something like that. You know what I mean?
Like League, like League of Legends.
Yeah, it plays like that.
Really? It's a Pokemon MOBA.
Yeah.
Huh. Just realized my chair is broken. Sorry. Keep going.
But it's fun. Don't get me wrong. But it's like one of those again. Stuff like that is just so. You run into the same enemies all the time. The overpowered ones. You get the ones that are just, and it's like, okay, this is stupid.
Gotcha. That game pretty much came out of nowhere. Ryu said, "Yeah, I haven't even heard of it. I had no idea.
They never announced it. No, nothing. It's just, here you go. Here it is."
I mean,
but it's neat. It's neat how they did like the unlocks and everything though, because you have to get like as they call it, licenses. I guess we'll call it. And basically, you just unlock. That's how you unlock stuff. So you're not given every character right off the boat. You have to.
It seems like like a good franchise for it. I mean, there's enough characters that you could.
They have like, I think, 20 Pokemon on it right now.
Yeah. And that's the same. So it's the same as League of Legends. Like it's like three people on your team. Like it's like 3 versus 3.
5v5 or 4v4, but it doesn't play like so. League, you have to like push to the end of the base and destroy their base. Yeah. This one, what it does is you get points from killing, and then you get points from killing like the random like NPCs around the map, and you pick up basically Pokeball points, and you have to go into the other side of the base, like their base, and dunk it.
Okay.
Yes, you dunk it. You have to hold your button and you dunk it in, and you get points. At each island, they have 5 and you have 5.
Right.
And you have to get 100 points per one to clear it, and then you just push it, and then it's just it's silly, but it's amusing.
It seems like Ryu said, it came out of nowhere. I had no idea.
It's huge right now. I think when I looked on, and I'll do it right now because I'm curious.
I feel like I'm always out of the loop of a lot of the stuff, just because I don't know, man. Like I'm just
so right now 50,000 people are viewing it.
Oh shit.
I mean, it's a fun game. I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But it's not one of those I'm going to play and sit there and play for hours upon hours. Like I played 4 matches today. I'm like, all right, I had enough.
Right. I got what did I try? Kurt Welters was nice enough to give me a beta key for New World.
Ooh, how was that?
I tried it, and well, you know what? I was laughing. Oh, you saw it in Discord. I had no idea that it was brickin' 3090s.
Yeah.
And I know Doctor messaged me and he was like, "Yo, are you serious? You played it? You just brick your card?" And I'm like, "No. Was I supposed to?" Like, I had no idea. And then I
had to cap it.
I had zero idea that there was a problem with, because like why would I think that if I download a game and I turn it on to play it, I'm at risk of my card blowing up? Like, why would I think that?
Well, they don't know why either. So basically, they don't. From my understanding, they don't know why it did it or what was causing it. Like if it was just whatever the case. Apparently, if you bricked it while playing it, like if you've shown a system, you had a code, you played it, they're sending you new
3090?
GPUs. Yeah, because it was their fault. Like they should have capped it. Or
how do you prove? Do you have to prove to them? Do you have to send them your broken one?
I think so, and you have to prove that you had a code for the game.
I could prove that. I don't want to send them my non-broken one and try to get a free one out of it. Would be great.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm assuming, from what I read, they're going to do it now. Whether or not, I'm sure there's going to be more parameter for it.
So I played it for about 3 hours. Again, I had zero problems. I don't know how or why I got so lucky, but I had zero issues. My card did not blow up on me. The game didn't crash on me. Nothing happened. You know what I mean?
Well, see, I wonder if the people that were having GPU problems with it we're maxing out the settings.
I was on max. I was on max.
But I mean, like maybe too, they weren't having the right cooling. Maybe.
I have no idea.
So maybe it had something to do with that. Like they didn't have the right cooling, or they had this massive, great GPU, but everything else was crap. So the GPU was working twice as hard. I don't know.
Maybe because I only played for 3 hours. Also,
it could be that too.
Some of those people, when they dive in, we don't know. They might have been playing it for 15 hours, 16 hours straight, and then paused it or whatever, and like and went to bed. Like
yeah, I don't know. I have no clue.
But
no idea.
I played it for 3 hours though. I tried it out.
How was it?
Not for me.
Not for you.
No, it's not bad, like by any means. It's just not for me. You know what I mean?
I see. I didn't watch any gameplay on it. I've just watched like, hey, New World MMO, and I didn't watch like if it's like a WoW type or if it's like a different.
No, it's not like that. It's not like WoW. The thing that's really good at is like crafting. It's a heavy crafting kind of game.
So it does like a Minecraft like crafting type deal, or like an Ark maybe or something like that.
It would be like you have to like you don't have a class. You know what I mean? The weapon that you pick up, basically each weapon has its own skill tree. So the more you play with a weapon, the more you could unlock the skills of that weapon's tree. But you could use any weapon that you want. You know what I mean?
All right, so you're not like stuck like if you're say, for example, like a hunter, you're stuck with bows.
Right, exactly. Like yeah, you're probably gonna have a a ranged and a melee at all the time. You know what I mean? And then however you level it up and where you put your like attribute points is probably going to be like certain, like like Dark Souls, how there's like strength scaling for like great swords and stuff. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to use like a dagger, you're not going to go strength, you're going to go dexterity. Same kind of concept. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But it's more like you'd start out and it's like, wait, hey, you can craft all this crazy shit, but you got to make your crafting tools first. So like you'll like make your crafting tools and then you'll start mining stuff and chopping trees down and shit. And that's the most satisfying part of the game. That's the most fun I had in the 3 hours I played it.
What's the crafting?
Yeah, because it's all about the sound design and just the way it feels. It feels really good to cut a tree down, and it feels really good to like mine a piece of ore. I don't know why. It's the echo effect. There's something about it. It sounds awesome.
Yeah.
And I could see that being people's like go-to. Like that's all they're gonna do is craft, because that's really what the game offers. Questing is whatever. It's kind of like you have 3 buttons. You're going to use them all, but you're not really, it's not like a MMO where you have a ton of skills and variety. You know what I mean?
All right. So it's basically, it's a weird type of...
It's more similar to like Guild Wars 2, if you ever played that. It's much more closer. It's not like there's no like target locking. So like you won't lock on a target and then hit like key 1 to do your ability and attack them. It's more like there's an X on the or like a cross on the screen, and that's where you're facing. So if you do a move that like does like a charge, like a jump attack or something like that, you could very well just miss what you're trying to hit. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. So it's pretty much like an
action adventure kind of MMO.
It's like a third person.
Yeah, I guess. Amazon's attempt. Yeah, Ryu said it's Amazon's attempt to put a bunch of things from every other MMO into a pot and see what happens. It has like faction PvP, like 3 versus 3.
Yeah.
And then like the whole map has controlled points. Whatever faction you're in controls this territory, and then I guess you're supposed to get together with your people and go like take down things. That's never like been my thing though. I don't know. It's not that it's bad. It's just that it's never been great. Like I've never played one that does it so well. Together. Yeah, right. That it's been done so well that I was like, I need to play more. Like I can't stop playing it. You know what I mean? Like it's just never been like that.
Or like even like what was that game Crucible for Amazon came out with?
I have no idea. Basically,
it was a third person like shooter, but it played like again like League type deal, like that type of thing.
Right.
Like a MOBA, and it was fun. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong, I had a blast playing it. I loved playing it. It was a lot of fun. But then they took it off.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
So you see what I mean? Like it just seemed like I have a feeling this new world game is going to turn into the same exact thing, where it's going to turn into it'll be out for say like a year, and then it's just going to go and be
Honestly,
gone.
I don't think it's even going to make it a year. I think it's to make it 3 months on launch, and that's it.
Oh, that was like, what was the
If
what was
that.
that one game they came out with? Oh crap! I'm dropping stuff.
And it's not because I think it's a bad game. It's just because where we are in the world right now, and
Right.
the way it's not. It's just not going to hold people. It's just not going to hold people. You know what I mean? The big thing is because I don't think it's going to be the MMO crowd isn't going to go to it. Like it's not
Probably not.
right.
You know the worst thing? What the literal?
Where are you?
Dying right now. I dropped something. I was looking for it, and I can't find it because my mess of a desk under here, and then I got stuck under my phone charger.
Like I don't think it's gonna be like I don't think the MMO crowd is gonna go to it. So like the MMO crowd obviously was like World of Warcraft for the most part. Now it's pretty much Final Fantasy. Everyone's on Final Fantasy.
Right, Final Fantasy. I know it's
they're not gonna leave Final Fantasy and go play New World.
Well,
like it's not.
That was
happening.
like
You know what I mean?
What was that? What was it? Valheim.
Valheim. Yeah.
That game came out. Okay, now you know how big that game was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now let me put it in perspective. I just looked. Right now, there's only 600 people viewing it.
Yeah. It's just what happened.
Within a year. Like it seems anymore, and this is just me. Could be just my opinion on seeing how games get either hyped up or a game comes out and everyone's like, "Yeah, let's go," and then it rolls over like a dog in 6 months.
It depends on. I don't know why we can't have better. Like I don't know why we deserve better, and I don't know why we can't have it. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think because these developers and everything else are just rushing stuff anymore. It's just to get something out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, let's do this. We'll do a MOBA. Okay, get it out. Let's make it look amazing. Yeah. Well, that game's dying. Let's come up with an MMO. Yeah, go. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like I know like most companies won't do that, but you get my point. Like it's
right.
They try to rush just to get it out to keep their flow coming in.
I would kind of agree to some extent with what Ryu said. He said all that means is to him is no big streamers are playing it. I half agree that that's a big thing, but depending on the kind of game, like I think if like right now like Warcraft is going through a bunch of stuff, but it's not like I don't know if it's necessarily going to be the death of it because like Asmongold's not streaming it. You know what I mean? Like people are still going to play it,
Right.
Like it's not going to be like the Valheim. It wouldn't be like to that level. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, just looking at it even as a viewer standpoint, like.
But Final Fantasy 14 was still, I would consider, a big MMO before Asmongold came there. You know what I mean? Like I would have still said there's a lot of people playing Final Fantasy 14. Like I would assume a lot. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but like it's like I said. I mean, like just looking at games in general, like right now, like I'm just kind of like I don't want to say scrolling, but like looking at it, like let's see here right now, games. Recommended games. Is there? I know there's a way to look at lists here
on Twitch.
But, yeah,
I
there is. I just don't remember how to do it. But anyway, like there's games that are just oddballs. Like right now, like the first top 3 that I have just like recommended is Dead by Daylight. Probably because I've been playing it.
It's because you're playing it, right?
But that's at 37,000. Then you have this new game, Ghost Hunters Corp, which is basically like Phasmophobia.
Right. Yes.
That's at 34,000. And then all of a sudden, then Among Us, that was one of the biggest, like 100,000 people watching it.
Right.
Is now down to 1,000.
Right.
You see my point? Like it's.
Yeah, that isn't that Ghost Hunter Corp. But that's the thing though. That's more like that's a game that people just like to watch people stream because they like to watch people be scared and you know what I mean, like all that kind of stuff. So it's like a different category. But we also live in a world where you have to take the popularity of a game based off of things like Twitch. It's true, Oh, it's not my bet. It's not my cup of tea, but it is kind of the way it is.
No, and I mean I kind of learned that from like when I started getting the streaming, I was bothered like asking you questions about like I kind of got that like people like you want to stream what you like, but at the same time don't join the bandwagon, so to speak.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, Call of Duty right now, Valorant. I mean, Dead by Daylight, yeah. I mean, I somehow do somewhat decent, but
yeah, no, what's going on?
Big games. You know what I mean? Like you're right. You don't get seen because there's so many 1-person viewers or 0 people or 2 people. You get nothing. There's like,
but that's just you can't even. You know what I mean? It is just what it is. it's I don't know.
It just blows my mind of how like these people like I'll go back to it of how people get so well noticed. Like Call of Duty Warzone. I know we all hate it. It's all crap. It's going to be crap, whatever the case.
Mm-hmm.
But like you get these people, and I look at like social media stuff, and they're like, 1-2 months in, oh my god, I'm already an affiliate, and I got this many things, and it's like I stream Warzone. What do you have? Everyone and their mother watches Warzone. There is no way in living God's green earth that you're going to turn around and be spotted out of all these people.
Right.
So I mean, what are you doing?
Right.
And it's like even it just that game, Call of Duty. I hate to say it, and Doctor will be thrilled if he was here to hear me. Call of Duty is now officially dead at this point.
Yeah.
Done. I'm gonna tell you right now, done. For the reasons of being, I'm just looking at stuff real quick here. Their whole thing of just the cheating aspect anymore. It's come to the point to where people can't play with skill anymore.
Right.
You need to cheat.
Yeah, that's why I don't play any of them. I just stay away from it because of all that.
It is bad. Like the other day I played, just for a quick story. I was playing a multiplayer match, just regular multiplayer, 6v6. Kept dying. I couldn't figure out why. I play hardcore. I don't play core because I don't justify 27 bullets into a guy's chest to kill him. Mm-hmm. And the final kill, the guy goes like 43-1.
Right.
We're like, what the literal, like, okay, your first reaction is sit in a corner camping. No, the final kill cam is him playing the game in the sky, higher than a UAV, shooting down at people.
Right.
Like,
what's it called? Oh, Mouth said hi. By the way, Blue Kid, and he was talking about a Dead by Daylight because you mentioned it before.
Yeah,
he plays that as well.
Oh, I love
Blue Kids loves Dead by Daylight. He started it and he loves it now.
But Call of Duty, they claim to be banning people, but apparently Warzone's one of the most hacked games in the world right now, and everything else. But the thing is that they allow it. That's where they're falling apart. They're allowing it. They claim to be banning this, ban that. We're banning this many people. You ain't banning squat.
Yeah. Rio was just saying, like, because it's kind of that weird 50-50 thing. Is right. Twitch isn't really always the best indicator, though. Also, of what's popular. I
understand that.
Because, like, and this is going back to the whole, like, I was saying we deserve good games. Good games out there that, like, I mean, I'm talking like the prime good game that it's the test of time that we know isn't going anywhere. Kind of did awesome. Always has those people, and CS:GO is one of them. And there might only be the 750,000 more active people playing today than who are watching it. You know what I mean? But there are certain ones that are always going to work for, like that League. I'd say Warcraft, things like those three games are always going to be the same. It doesn't matter if people are streaming it; people are going to be playing it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Ugh. What's it called? But I do wish we had something, and I don't know. I just wish. I always wish that I wish I had something that I could fall in love with. That's all I want.
I mean, I fell in love with Dead by Daylight. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Playing by myself. I have to play killer. I tried doing, like I was telling you before. I tried playing with Survivor by myself, and my brain just hurts.
Right.
It's like because you have people that don't want it. You can't communicate when you're playing by yourself.
Yeah. I gotcha.
So you have to rely on people knowing what they're doing in order to do well. Then you have, then for some reason today, and I mean, I'll take this from Age. He's right. People on the weekends that play that game are like Planet Fitness sweaty people playing it.
Right.
Like I was playing today, and like half the killers, like they're playing the killers that are better right now, that are the most powerful ones.
Yeah.
And they watch a YouTube video or a stream or whatever, and they're like, here's how you build the ultimate whatever.
Sure.
And they just they do it. And you can't win, even though it's, you know what I mean? Like, even though you know what you're doing, because they have such a meta build that it don't matter. So they just sweat their butt off.
Right.
And I mean, there's some games that, like, you can turn around and, like, if you know they're sweating, you can kind of, like, joke. Like, the big thing is, like, the quick teabagging, we'll call it.
Right.
sometimes if the killer's cool enough, they'll mess around with you or just play with you. Like you can crouch real quick and they'll like just like look at you like, all right, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And just like because they know. But then you get people that will sit there and will like you try to like just do not like you just try to mess with them, like not really mess with them, like just try to make it like civil, and they'll just slaughter you for no apparent reason. You know, you're showing that it's like, all right, you're try hard, and why am I even gonna bother?
Right. I don't know. I guess I don't know. There's a lot of stuff has changed, and I think that's I think that maybe that's my problem with it. And I think that's kind of I think it's kind of everybody's problem to some degree, like without even realizing it's the problem. But I think it's everyone's problem that's been playing video games for fucking their entire life. You know what I mean? Like when you realize, like, it's not so much. I don't think that the games did change. Don't get me wrong, but I think the player base of the games changed with it. You know what I mean? And I think that that's kind of the problem. Like how do I put it? Like everyone just goes into things differently. Like for example, right. Like New World. Like I don't see much hope for that game. I'm not gonna play it when it comes out. Like it's just what it is. But yeah. I did realize though in the beta of this game, like people have already put in 24-hour days every day in the game,
right?
Maxed everything out, done all of these things, seen the entire game, and the fucking game's not even out yet. You know what I mean?
Right. So what good is that going to do for you want to play it? Because you can just either watch it.
Like, I can't tell anyone how to play a video game. I mean, God, anyone can do what you want to do. But the vast majority of people are just, boom, right. How fast can I get to the end? How fast can I get here? Hurry up, get here. Get to the end. Gotta find all this guy. And it's like the mystique of everything is fucking gone. Like,
these people are in a hurry because they want to be the first ones to do it.
Right.
They want to be the first ones to do it. And the thing is, it's like...
And the social media is in your face about it. Everywhere you go, all right, I'm curious to find a video about, New World. 85 million YouTube videos explaining the entire fucking game from up and down to up and down, because that's the game now, is have clicks on your YouTube videos, get more things. So every little category of every single thing is already broken down for everybody. There's no mystery to anything. Yeah.
No, it ruins it for anything. It's like you don't even want to watch. Like that's why like I stay away from watching gameplay trailers or because it's like or great gameplay videos, because you know what, it turns around and you can play the whole game without even playing it.
But it all dials back to, I think the issue is the player base has changed. Because here's what happens. If you wanted to, if you, Mr. Blue Kid, were like, fuck it, I'm done with work. This new game's coming out. I really want to get into this new MMO or this new whatever. I'm fucking stoked. I'm ready to roll. It's going to come out and I'm going to play all day like it's my job and you're going to love it, If you decided if you were just going to sit down and relax, have a coffee, have a whatever, and play this game all day and just have fun, because of the way people treat betas and treat everything else, it's almost as if the mentality is, if you aren't that person that went and studied all these guides and these videos, you're instantly going to be the fucking noob. And everyone's instantly like, well, you got to be kidding me. You don't know what you're doing. How could you not know what this dungeon's going to do? It's like, well, the game has been out for fucking 10 hours. That I've never done it. That might be the reason why. Oh no, you should have studied up on that stuff. You should know this already. But that's
the thing. That's the whole part of learning to play games is not have a fucking clue what is going on.
That's what I mean. The player base is so much different though that they don't want to learn how to play the game. They just watch YouTube videos and it's already they're told how to do everything already. Like,
and that's why I don't like playing like certain things like that. Like,
and that's why I don't think I'll find a game I like. You know what I mean?
Not. But like even like that's even for me like playing Dead by Daylight. Like same thing. You go online, you get all the builds.
Right.
Better build this, better build that, this killer this, so Ultimate Survivor, whatever. And you're like, well, what the fuck? It's like, why am I going to try to then read these perks or upgrade them and figure out how to play them and see if I even like it?
Right. Exactly. That's the thing. And that's why, and self-consciously, that is why I don't play the games. Because like, I might like Dead by Daylight. I might like it. I think it might be a cool game. The problem is if I turn my stream on and play it up and go, all right, here we go. Never played this before. Let's go. What does this do? What does that do? Immediately, like most people would probably be like, dude, that person sucks. Why would you choose that killer? Why would you do this? Why would you choose this? Because I don't know what I'm doing. That's why. You know what I mean? And I'm reading.
That's why, like, I don't want to care. Like, if someone, I'll tell you right now, if I were to ever stream it and someone comes to my game and is like, why aren't you doing the meta build for this character? Or why aren't you using these perks or whatever the case? Or like, maybe if someone suggests it,
Mhm.
It's a different server. If someone comes in there, turn around and say, do this, do that. You know, you should do this. This should be your build. This should be every single time. Well, no, get the fuck out. I don't want to deal with that. I want to play it how I want to play it.
And the thing is a lot of the games that are still the really big games that people know about, these are an exception to what I'm talking about. Like CS:GO, for example, World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14, all that stuff. They've been out for a long time. You know what I mean? Yeah. So at this point, if you're going to try to play the game, you should probably learn it while you're getting into it. It's not new anymore. Everyone already knows it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm talking about a brand new game coming out that's in fucking beta or alpha or whatever. And before the game's even released,
people beat the game already.
Yeah, it's not, and that's what I mean by it's not like how it was, and that's what pisses me off. You know what I mean? Like, it's I guess it'll never be how it was, but I mean, no one could ever make another brilliant world, I guess, that I could just go into, like another, passion project, another classic World of Warcraft, if you will. This passion project that no one ever knew anything about, that was so well done at the time. And everyone got in there. It was like, oh my God, like, what's over there? What's this? What's that? What happens when you get to 60? This raid, what does that mean? 40 people? Oh my God, no one's even been there. Holy shit, what happens if you beat it? Did anyone beat it? No one's even been there yet. Like, and that's been going on for months within the game. You know what I mean? Like, that is cool. Like, that's the shit I want to experience.
And you'll never see that because everything gets released, and everything gets betas, and everything gets this, that, and the third. And then it's like, it's not how it used to be. Like, to where a game would be coming out and you see maybe 1 or 2 videos about it. There's no beta, no nothing. So then people can't play it, no nothing. They can, not a damn thing about it.
Right.
It's not a thing anymore. But like, and I think that's where WoW did it perfect, because you would turn around to WoW was when it came out 10 years. What was it? Now it's like, what, 15 years almost now?
Came out in 2004.
Okay, so 17 years ago.
Yeah.
But 17 years ago, okay, you couldn't really look anything up. You couldn't really see anything. Okay.
Yeah.
But not even that. Like, they were releasing expansions. Now, I remember I hopped in right before Mists. I think it was when I started playing it. Might have been before that. I don't remember what was before Mists. What was before Mists?
Before Mists of Pandaria, it was Cataclysm.
Yeah. Okay, so I hopped in right after Cataclysm, but before Mists.
Okay.
They announced Mists, but you couldn't do anything with it.
Right.
You couldn't see anything. You couldn't, nothing. They showed nothing online besides a new class, a new race.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing.
This is how, to bring it in perspective, this is how different it was years ago with like YouTube and the internet and the way things worked with video games and now. So back then in not 2004, whenever they were about to do Cataclysm, right when that, I don't remember what year Cataclysm came out. I'm going to say off the top of my head, I can Google it, but I'm going to guess 2009. I want to say 2000. I'm going to guess 2009, somewhere around there. But right before then, so you had the first 3 expansions, and Cataclysm was going to come. And as soon as it launched it, and they flipped the switch on the servers, boom! They decimated all of Azeroth. Everything's changed. All the quests are different. Everything, you know what I mean, that you once knew is now gone. That was the coolest time, one of the coolest times in World of Warcraft at the time, because everyone playing the game that got really into it started to think to themselves, "Oh shit! There's only like 2 months left until everything we know is gone." So everybody, and this is awesome, on Reddit, everywhere, everybody collectively just did everything. I got Lore Master achievement. I did every single quest in the entire original game just to see everything before they got rid of everything. I explored shit. I saw so many things I never even thought existed before it came out, right? And then on YouTube, they were even where people were trying to find things and debunk things and find all this. And people were like, no, you were still missing stuff. There's still stuff we haven't seen. And the information just wasn't there. It wasn't enough information yet, you know? And it was so cool. Like, I remember being like, just the mystery was still there. It was awesome, you know? And now it's like, you can't even, everything's just fucking ruined. But now everybody like, everybody goes in, what do? Like the data mine, they data mine fucking patch notes, all this shit, like every possible thing. And if you want to follow video games in general or news in general, it's gonna get ruined for you at some point. There's no.
Well, that's why I don't like to try to. Like I said, a new game comes out, like when they show like the video game like reveals and stuff like that, like when they do like E3 so to speak and everything like that.
Yeah.
You see the game, it's like cool. All right, cool. This game looks great. I usually don't look any more into it besides reading information because I don't want the gameplay to be ruined. I don't want oh, you can do that. I don't want to watch streamers play it. I don't want to watch this because then it just gets ruined.
Yeah. And that's probably honestly the main reason why like I play single player games the way I do, because no one can ruin that on me. That's mine. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's for me.
That's just the way it is. I mean, like even for like it's just I hate to say it, but that kind of like just like makes you not want to play.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I already know. Like, even if a cool MMO was coming out, right? I'm probably not gonna play it because I know it's gonna not be the experience I want. Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't necessarily want to blame the developers for it. I want to blame the community. The community's changed, and I haven't changed with it. You know what I mean?
Well, it's because it's changed for the worse, and it's not like it's changed like.
Yeah.
How I want to put it, it's changed for the worse. Not only with toxic, but like just in general speaking, everyone wants to be the first one done and be the one out there, and social media is streaming it, whatever. They want to be the first,
right?
And what they don't realize is like, okay, yeah, it's cool, first thing, great, but what people don't realize
is no one actually cares at the end of the day. Keep going. Sorry,
no one cares, but but like you're ruining it for so many people,
right?
So,
oh my God, you were the first person at max level. Holy shit, no one cares.
Right, you know what do you get out of it? You get nothing out of it. It's like, but like that, like people that are like older, all of us like to like play, I guess grew up in a different sense of it.
Yeah.
You don't want to see that stuff because it's like, okay, I'm just gonna use New World because what the hell?
Right.
Okay. You pick up a weapon, say you get a bow. We're just gonna use a bow. Bow masterclass. All you gotta do is go on YouTube, bow masterclass, and you're just gonna grab a bow and you're just gonna go through the game. Done.
Yeah. I've mathematically figured out that these are the best abilities for yada yada yada. So you have to go with this route if you want to do maximum yada yada yada. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's already done.
Like the same thing. It's the same concept of like when you couldn't whatever happened to figure it the f out.
It's gone. It's done.
Diablo. Wow.
Oh, what do you see?
Fantasy.
What do you see when Diablo 2 comes out? What do you see? If you want to have a good time and actually challenge yourself, I'm telling you right now, if you want to challenge yourself and fight people at the same time, that's what I'm going to be doing. Fighting people and challenging myself. And when I mean fighting, I mean I will physically fight somebody over it. It will, they're going to come into your chat if you play like the hardcore ladder on D2 when it comes out and do what you want to do. Oh, I'm telling you right now, just do whatever build you want to do. And people are going to lose their fucking mind at you. Like, they are going to lose it. Because that game has been proven for 25 years now what builds work and what builds don't. You know what I mean? And what yada yada.
Part of the fun of a game like that is learning what works and what doesn't.
Absolutely.
Well together. Like, that's the fun part. Like, you turn around and be like, okay, we're going to do a mage. I'm just going to make up random stuff here. But like a mage, we want to do a fire build mage.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this one has there's an AoE fire, and then there's straight line fire, and then like this one does this. Well, I mean, like, well, what happens if I do a fire dash attack with the flamethrower type deal? Like, oh, okay, this won't work. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it worked better with this, but like you learn that, like you just pick and you're like, okay, and then you try it, and it's like you figure it out for yourself. You figure it out for yourself.
Yep, you're gonna try them all out, and you're gonna get that comment that's like, oh my God, why would you try to do that? You know that doesn't work, right? You never ever take more than one. Oh my God. Someone's going to lose their shit on you. So if you want a good time, try that. I'm going to be, and it's going to be a blast. That's how D3 was for me, dude. It was awesome. There were so many people that pissed me off constantly. It was awesome.
I mean, like, I just like the aspect of like learning. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some abilities that, like, you'll read it, and I'm sure you came across this, where like, there's abilities that you get or you can unlock or use, and they just don't make sense to you when you read them what they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you're like, what? Like, this makes no goddamn sense. And someone explains it, and you're like, oh, okay, whatever.
Right.
But that's part of figuring it out what the hell it does. Just pick it and see what it does.
Use your eyes.
And if it works, right.
Read words. You just read left words, to right.
Give it a shot. It don't work. Well, all right, back to the drawing board.
Up to down, left to right.
Right.
Group them together, form sentences.
Punctuation, gotta remember it. It's important.
Right.
But you get my point. Like, there's no figuring the F out anymore.
Yeah.
Everyone it's given to you right here. All you gotta do is new game comes out. Best weapon build. Done.
Right. Yeah. It's
No,
hard.
what's the fun?
It's hard because it's like I don't know, because sometimes like I want to, like if I start to get excited about a game or something like that, I want to listen to people talk about it. Like I want to get a YouTube video when I'm driving on my way to work or something like that, and I want to just listen to this person talk about it so I get excited. But it's harder and harder to find like at least a video that someone's just talking about the game, getting you hyped up about it without giving you fucking advice in it or something. You know what I mean?
Right. Or how to do something or whatever the case of it.
Yeah, and there's other games like there's another MMO that's coming out that's I think going into beta soon or something, that Ashes of Creation I think it's called, and that's another one where I think the team behind it's a passion project. I think there's going to be a lot of cool hidden stuff in it, but I could already see the way it's going to get treated. It's going to go like people are going like the community is going to tackle it and go fucking 190% at it, break the game in a day. Everybody's max level in 2 days. Like, you know what I mean? Like the whole game's solved in a day. Like that's what.
Well, it was the same thing like when Pokemon Unite came out. It came out I think 2 days ago, 3 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
People already going on social media's videos. This is the perfect, because like when you level, it gives you an option for like, 'cause you have 2 abilities and an ultimate ability, and as you level, like you can choose to upgrade it, so to speak.
Yeah.
And basically, what it does is that people like you choose one or the other. You only get 2 options when the ability comes up.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, okay, well, this Pokemon comes out, and this is the best build for it, and you wipe the floor, and then all you see every match is someone playing that asshole fucking build.
Right. No, I got you.
Or this asshole Pokemon. Like there's like each Pokemon, as you well know, and it's the same way. Well, each character has its own ups and downs.
Right.
But somehow, some way, people have figured out how to make whoever this meta like destroying Pokemon, and it's like now you get into a match and you see
everybody has the same. Yeah,
everyone fucking does it. So it's like, okay, well, okay, you're gonna go down this build. Oh, there's a Venusaur build here. You can't go this way because what the fuck? He's up here. You're never gonna win because he has an ultimate build. Oh, there's this Pokemon down here. You can't go this way because he's there. You're not gonna win.
Right. No, I know. I know.
Like, you don't even want to play it because it's like, well.
Yeah. No, I got you. Ryu said you just do what this one dude did in Darkest Dungeon. He got over 10,000 kills in the farmstead with the Antiquarian on the team to prove the class is actually good when the meta says it's not. Yeah, absolutely. Like that's the stuff I like to do. I did that with D3. I'm gonna do it with Diablo 2. I was telling Blue Kid he should try it with D2, because if you could do like successful with it, that's all you gotta do is be successful with it and make a build that has nothing to do with the meta. Just do whatever you want to do and somehow just be really good at it and make it work, and people lose their fucking mind. It's like I don't even know what it is. It's like putting I can't even find a good term for it, but like it makes people's brains explode. It's awesome.
It's the same way with Dead by Daylight. It's 100% the same way, because there's like, don't get me wrong, you can see the benefit when certain killers are not that good.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying, but see, it's partly base luck, because you can still get in a game with a crappy killer and still win it at a higher rank.
Right. Oh yeah.
Like for example, I was playing. Was it yesterday? Maybe I might have been playing. Was it yesterday or the day before? I was playing, and I was playing the Trapper, the guy that puts the bear traps down.
Yeah.
Well, most people that play him put a bear trap next to a hooked person, next to a generator.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of me, for example, instead of picking them up or whatever, I put them in places and kite the people that way.
Yeah.
So the thing is that, okay, yeah, maybe I'm rank 8 for killers. I can use Trapper and I can still get 2 to 3 kills because I'm learning how to put traps around where most people wouldn't expect them.
Right.
But if you watch any video, everyone's like, Trapper's a D rank killer. He's awful. He's only good up to this rank and then he sucks. Well, right. I have no problem. Well, why the fuck am I having no problem?
Right. Yep. Exactly. Yep. I agree. And just to say what Ryu said, he said, knowing what you were doing and actually being skilled will win out more often will win out more often over people that just copy meta builds.
Right.
And
well,
that's true.
But everyone does that, though. That's the problem. Is the thing is like.
That's the coolest thing about it is pick the weakest one. You should do that. Pick the weakest one or what everybody thinks is the weakest one, and then get really fucking good at it.
Oh yeah.
And then blow people's minds. That's what's more fun. or just play what you
Yeah.
like. But you know what I mean? That's like,
Right, but
I like
that's the
stuff
thing
like
is
that.
people look for that if they find out it's the meta build or whatever.
Yeah,
Why am I
you're good
internet?
now.
There we go. Okay.
You just had a seizure for a second, but I think you're all right.
Yeah, it did.
The
Nope, it's
ceasing
still
has
doing
stopped. The
No.
seizing has ceased. You have
Right.
ceased to seize.
But what I'm saying is like people like they follow this meta build, and it's like it kind of sucks the fun out of like me personally. If I went online and looked for a meta build and I played it one time, like, oh, let's see what it's all about, just to try it.
Yeah.
It takes the fun out of it. It's just like, okay, I'm pretty much gonna win every single match or every single fight or whatever. What the hell's the fun in it?
Right. I don't understand a lot of stuff. There's some things that I kind of understand, like how people could figure out meta builds, and there's other things where I don't understand. And I'll give you a small example. In a game like, say, World of Warcraft, right? Say you're like the old World of Warcraft, and you're doing, say, PvP, right? There's not many options. Like, if you're a logical person and you're decent at the game, there is not very many, like, you're probably going to accidentally build almost the meta build without thinking without even realizing it. Because a lot of the options suck. They don't have much option in it for the most part. You know what I mean? But you take another game like, say, Path of Exile. That's another one. That's a big one. Path of Exile, or even like the talent trees in like Wolcen, for example. They are so fucking big and so ridiculous and so endless to what you can do that for someone to say like this season or this whatever has 3 builds that work, it makes me just want to call everyone a liar because it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
No.
There's so many combinations that you mean to tell me only 3 work out of the billions of points you could put somewhere? Get the fuck out of here. Like, seriously.
Well, that's like I've like even like I played Outriders.
Mm-hmm.
That came out a while ago, and there was like you have like different builds, but you can intertwine them like different like abilities, and it's like, okay, well, for some reason these work. Well, I beat the game with this, and you're like, well, let's see what the people were building.
Mm-hmm.
And like, oh, do this, this, and this, and it's like I tried it, and it's like this shit don't work.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like I even like, to me, for example, when I first played WoW. So my first character in WoW that I maxed out was a warlock. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I did a demonology build.
Right.
I didn't do. I started off demonology build. I didn't. If I'm not mistaken, back then statistically, that was one of the worst builds for the warlock.
I have no idea because they're so up and down with patches and what's good when, and you know what I mean.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, like when I remember demonology was one of the worst for the warlock.
It was one of the worst when you play. Right. Gotcha.
So I was like, well, I didn't care because it was cool. It sounded cool. It worked for me, and then I switched it over to the summoning warlock.
Mm-hmm.
That could summon like the abyss and all that, or like the imps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I did that, and that's the build I stuck with for the longest time. Was that one because I just enjoyed it. It wasn't the most powerful. I wasn't doing the most damage. I wasn't doing like an arcane mage or an ice mage that were hitting, 6 digits, 7 digit damage during raids and stuff. I was just enjoying myself because I was like, okay, cool. Summon a demon and I can shoot shit while the demon beats the hell out of him. All right, cool, great.
Right.
I'm content with that.
Right. We don't allow.
No, but then there was times that like I go and raid my buddy, and like I didn't know how to like generally like at first didn't know how to do the greatest builds or how to combine certain attacks or buffs or whatever.
Sure. And
we're doing raids, and I'm like in the middle of the pack as a newbie on with the warlock build, and it's like
I don't even know what I'm doing.
Right.
Yeah. No, I know.
There's these people that like know exactly what they're doing, and they're like below me, and then they're like, "Well, how the hell did you do that?" Oh, I just did it.
Right. That's because everybody. That's what sucks. Like, I don't know. Everybody thinks that they're the best at fucking everything too. Like, that's another problem. Like, the online like game community. Everyone's the best. Everyone's the best. Everyone's the smartest, and they're all doing the best stuff out there. Of course,
Right.
Most people fucking suck, and that's all there is to it. Like, it's just what it is.
Yeah.
Most people.
Don't get wrong. Don't get me wrong. I understand if you're playing the game, learning the game, you know what does what, whatever. And then you have the knowledge because you've actually done it or learned it or tried it or whatever the damn case of it is.
Mm.
Cool, great, dandy. But then it's like these people that just go online and be like, oh, well, this person said to do this. This is how you should do it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, plain and simple. Meta builds and gear will never compensate enough for actual skill. And they won't. It won't. You know what I mean? If you're genuinely good at what you're doing, you could overcome so many things.
No, and the worst part is, and I hate to say it, not for nothing, games now, since they're so, like I said, I'll go back to Call of Duty because why not? They have meta build guns.
Mm-hmm.
This is the best meta build for this patch. This is the best gun to use with this stuff for this patch. Well, here's the thing. Even if you use it, there are so many people cheating out there that it won't matter. One. Number two, if you're using the meta gun and you're cheating,
right,
forget it. There's no skill, again, no skill involved with it. It's just you click a button on your controller, done.
Right. Yeah. See, I don't even know how to judge that stuff. I really don't even.
It's not. I'll tell you right now. You want a game that'll just sit there and make you go bald because you want to rip your hair out and go nuts. That's play a match of Call of Duty and see.
I don't even hate the games. Like the little amount I've played of them, I've always had fun. Like I always thought it was kind of fun, but that's all it was for me, was kind of fun. Like it wasn't.
Well, the thing is too,
like you know?
See, like when Call of Duty over the years has just been like years ago, when I first got into it and everything else, and like they were all out, there was no way to cheat.
Right.
There was nothing out there to cheat.
I always felt like before Call of Duty stuff, like all that. My biggest, the biggest FPS that I played, like the longest I played, or played probably like I would say probably the most of, was CS:GO. I played a lot
of CS:GO,
and I felt the entire time, and I could be wrong. There could have been cheating. I don't know, but I always felt like that was pretty fair. Like I always felt like I'm losing because I suck. It's not them. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what I've always thought.
And that make you want to try to play more because you'd want to practice and get
better. I got better at playing CS:GO. Yeah.
And that's what I mean. It was like the same thing with Call of Duty back in the day. You know, when you used to play Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, like Call of Duty 4 or 3, stuff like that, like when multiplayer started really coming big.
Right.
Most people, you had your corner campers. What are you going to do with people that, like, if you generally they outplayed you, like gunfight wise?
Yeah.
All right, great. I suck. They beat me to it. But now it's to the point of like, and even over time, like the most mod you used to have at the time was a modded controller.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. But you used to get instant banned because the Xboxes and stuff would instantly recognize it because it was the controller itself, not just a piece you plug into the controller. Now you plug in a controller to your PC, or you plug it into the controller that's in the PC, and it's undetectable. So the problem is everyone and their mother now is doing that.
Right.
So it's not even skill anymore. So even though you might be good at the game, you go against, say, 3 people that have the hack or modification, or whatever you want to call it, your skill don't matter because you're not going to win.
Right. Yeah, I got you.
Even though, like, statistically and, like, physically you are better than them, it doesn't matter. You're still getting...
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not into them enough to play them enough to be good at them. Because I know that, like, when I play CSGO, for example, like, I have fun, but I know that I don't have the maps memorized. I didn't play it enough to memorize every little square inch. And I know that for a fact, obviously, the good people in that game that are the high quality players have every square inch of that memorized. They know exactly where everything is, what's going to happen.
Right,
when.
But that's a different story compared to knowing the map. That's a different story.
I don't care enough to learn it. I'm not going to play it enough to learn it. You know what I mean? So I get that kind of stuff, but I don't know. Okay.
You know what else is kind of skewed the first person community, at least in my opinion. First person games have objective games, capture the flag or domination type gameplay or whatever. Yeah. It's gotten so skewed now that people only give a flying fuck about kill death ratios.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's like you're playing a game of capture the flag. Well, okay. Your team wins 6-2. I mean, I'm just making a number up. 6-2. That was the final score. Your team wins. But everyone on your team went either like even, like 20 kills, 20 deaths or less, or like screwed up. Their KD is below a 1. And then you have the other team that has KDs that are like in the 1.5s to 2s. Like, oh, you suck, Edward. You suck. You're awful. You didn't get as many kills as I did. Well, numbnuts, the goddamn fucking objective is capture the flag. It's not kill your many people. You know what I mean? Like, it's getting so skewed to the point that, like, you can't even play an objective game because people just suck the fun out of it because they make it about who can get the most kills and the better KD.
Yeah, but the thing is, too, is that you're also an adult. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You're dealing with fucking kids, man. Like
Yeah, I know.
you're
And,
dealing
but,
with
the thing
kids
is, too, like,
that they
I
have
used
nothing
to
else to care
watch-
about. So that's
Right. But I mean, like, I used to turn around and like watch like we used to actually, I don't want to say have parties, but we'll call it a party. I used to have a bunch of people over like years upon years ago when the Call of Duty tournaments were big, like the esport ones came like on Xbox Live and stuff, and you'd watch them.
yeah,
The Xbox, like the really big like Call of Duty tournaments. You never saw a player on any team that was, because they wouldn't do team deathmatch. They would do objective games, search and destroy, domination, capture the flag,
right,
whatever. You would never see someone have a good KD. The reason being is because you had to play objective in order to win. People
Right.
don't get that. That's just because you're not good at getting kills, or your kills aren't the greatest.
right,
If you play as a team and do the objective, that's what matters.
right.
And
Yeah,
that's
I
been so
gotcha.
skewed. That's been so skewed because everyone just cares about how many kills and deaths
Yeah.
and
You just have to look at it differently. Like, I don't know. The way I see all that stuff is you could put up a leaderboard, and I don't give a shit who's number one or number whatever. It doesn't matter to me. And that's the thing. And the people that do it, it's like you should do it for yourself if you want to challenge yourself to get somewhere. Do it for yourself, because that's the only person that's going to care is yourself. You know what I mean? And that's how I've looked at all this shit. Like, no one else cares.
I look at it as in the way I look at like Call of Duty, because that's one of like a competitive game that I'll play. I look at it as I know where I'm at, stat wise, whatever the case, my skill wise. I'm happy I'm there because of how I played, not because of I had a cheat or whatever the case.
Right.
I know this is where I stand to play. If I were to pick up this game at a tournament or whatever, this is where I know I would be in a line.
Right.
That's my skill. That's where I'm at. But then you turn around now. Have you ever? Then I'm gonna take a screenshot and send it to you. But have you? I mean, I know you don't play first person. I'm sure there's maybe a couple people in the chat might have looked at the Call of Duty leaderboards for kills.
Oh,
It's hacked to shit. The first, I want to say the first 2 million people are
even if it
nothing but
wasn't.
hacked.
But even if it wasn't, I wouldn't be looking at it. That's the thing. Do you know what I mean?
I just looked to be curious, like just to see. And you get people that are like 1 million KD. Well, how the fuck do you get 1 million KD?
Dude, my head goes so over all of it where I'm just like, unless you're getting paid to play these games, like unless you're a professional making fucking money, no one gives a fuck what your KD is. You know what I mean? I could play a game in there and some kid could be like, yeah, I went 33-0, and I'd be like, I don't even what I'm not doing. I don't remember your name. Does it matter? Who cares?
Right, but the team lost because they didn't play the objective.
Right, but it's still like it's just the whole thing is that like none of it mattered. Like I'm so like I don't know. I'm the worst person ever. Maybe I hate fun. I don't know what it is, but I'm just the worst person ever with all this shit. I just care so little. I mean, even like this has nothing. Like this isn't even like at all. It's not really the same thing, and it's not a brag move either. It's nothing like that. But when I did that D3 ladder, right? I wanted to do that D3 ladder just to prove that I can play what was considered the underpowered class, I guess you could say, and I'll do whatever the fuck build I want, not the meta build. And I said I'm gonna break top 100, and I'm gonna do top 100 on this leaderboard at the end of the season, and that's it. That's my goal. Break top 100. I finished at like 70 something, so I did more than I wanted to. All I got out of it the whole time was so much fucking hate the whole time. It's like I wasn't playing that. So much hate on me. But at the end of the day, no one cares. I didn't win an award for it. I just felt good about it.
Right, you didn't get sponsored.
The president didn't fucking call me and say, "Oh my god, I can't believe you did that." You know what I mean? Like that doesn't matter.
You didn't get an award, or you didn't get like sponsored or whatever.
Right, like you're not gonna get anything because it doesn't matter. Even if you had number 1 in the league, who cares? No one cares.
But that's like I don't even under. Maybe this. Let's go along with that. It's comes to the point that people have to fake it so bad, and it's like gamer tags. How many gamer? You don't play multiplayer games, so you won't really get this. But people that play multiplayer games, you've heard of FaZe. You've heard of okay, you know how many people I come across in Call of Duty that have FaZe something or Optic or something in their gamer tags?
I have a quick question. Is FaZe a person or is FaZe a team? Because the only thing I know about FaZe is FaZe Berry G Fuel. It tastes really good. That's all I know about it. Okay.
No. So Optic Gaming, FaZe, I don't even know any more game teams like teams that have been around forever.
Yeah.
People come to the point that make them think that they're in it by creating their own gamer tag with it in there. That's how bad it is.
Oh, like their name, and then they'll have like a.
They'll have like a say FaZe claims. Like, so when you do FaZe, it's capital F, lowercase a, capital Z, lowercase e, underscore, and then your name.
So when
like,
they
for
create
example,
their
like
character, they'll name it.
They'll do that.
I see. Instead of getting like the in team separated in front of your name, they just create their full name to have it in it. Is what you're saying?
So they'll do like for example, if I was in FaZe, legitimately in FaZe,
your name's Blue Kid. You join FaZe, and FaZe comes in front of your name.
Yeah. So in my actual gamer tag, it would be FaZe underscore Blue Kid.
Right.
Okay. People now you can still create it that way, no matter which way you want. Even if I wasn't in FaZe, I can go on Activision and change my name to that. People do that. Name,
right.
People will legitimately go into there and be like optic underscore, burning clock. FaZe under, even though you're not even close to being involved in them, they'll do that to think that they're someone important.
I'm surprised they don't have a system that only allows those professional teams to have the name.
No, they allow it. They allow it. That's the worst part about it. Like, and
I guess at the end of the day, what does it matter? It's
Well, it's not like, but like I'm saying, it's like people do this thing that they can just
lame. Yeah.
Well, because they think people are going to fall into the aspect of like I'm playing Call of Duty and the kid did somewhat half decent. Oh, you're in FaZe. Oh my God, FaZe. I want to be in FaZe, and it's like I think that's what they're trying to get.
I got you.
Make it seem like they're going to be recognized as a FaZe member, even though they're technically not.
Gotcha.
They try to get like the fame, so to speak, without physically getting the fame.
Gotcha. I only knew about that stuff from like StarCraft, like all like the StarCraft, like the professional teams and all that kind of stuff. But that's different because that's 1 versus 1, so it's not it's not the same.
Yeah, but I mean like, and it's funny because like people that can actually get on a team or should be challenged to be on a team or whatever way they go about putting you on esport teams anymore. The people that should get recognized don't.
Yeah, I mean, there's how many people in this world?
Right.
But see, like, it's like anything else. Like
the thing is, too, first-person shooters again, because I play Call of Duty, so this is how I'm competitive keeping this. Call of Duty. Oh, if you can't hit quick scopes real quick, you can't be in a esports team. Well, it's not just about using a sniper rifle and hitting people.
Right.
It's about other things, and like that just makes no sense to me.
I don't know how they go about being in like an esport team. I don't know anything about it.
I've looked into it just for shits and giggles, and giggles and shits. You go online, like certain ones, I don't remember exactly, so I don't remember who is here, so whatever. But you go online, you put an application, with your gamer tag and stuff like that. They get a hold of you. They do like I guess we'll try it. We'll do it a recruitment trial and see what happens, and you go from there.
I think that makes the most sense. At least they're not looking at your stats that could be fibbed. That makes sense.
Right. So I mean, like it turns around like, okay, yeah, you put your stats in. So I mean, like, okay, like so for an example, I'll just say I'm gonna go on for FaZe. Say they want my name, Blue Kid. Your name, your email address. Hey, what's your kill death ratio for Call of Duty? What's your win loss ratio for Call of Duty? What game modes do you play the most? Whatever. Like simple questions that. So like if they turn around, they say like have a professional team for like say like team deathmatch. Okay, well he's pretty good. He could be like on like I'll say like an A, B, and C squad. Well, C squad's the worst because they're new.
Right.
You could be in C squad, and if we need someone, we can pull them up, or what I mean, like something like that. Like I get it.
Right.
But to go in there and fake it, I don't understand it.
I guess you could probably like. If somebody was really good without even having to apply to stuff, if somebody was really good, like legit cool and just really fucking good at these games, technically, I think what they could probably do, and this is going on the premise that there's no bots, no cheating, right?
Right.
As long as there's no cheating whatsoever, I believe technically somebody could start a name for themselves, say it's Blue Kid 04, right? And you can go, and I would say that you would probably, if you're that good, could start out with 0 viewers on Twitch or YouTube and eventually grow instantly from it. Because if you're doing that good in every game, people are just going to come in and everyone's going to get eyes on you and your name will grow. Like, I would really think that would happen that way, but I don't know.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, I mean, like, not for nothing. And I mean, I've been told, not so much by like friends of mine, but like people that I played with. Like if I could find them, if I was able to find messages like repeated messages from people forever ago, I've
Yeah.
had people say, "Well, why aren't you on a like? Are you sponsored or are you on a team or whatever?" And I'm just like, "No, why?" You know what I mean? And they're like, "Oh, you should be. You're no, you're good."
I was gonna say I've watched you play Call of Duty, and I was like, you're pretty good. I gotta be honest. Like you're not
Like,
bad at all.
people tell me like I'm good at it and stuff like that, and like it's what people don't understand. It's like I don't know. Like is it because I don't follow the meta things to do like quick scopes and
Yeah.
meta gun builds, or and I just do whatever the hell I want that's comfortable for me. Like I don't know. Like and granted, and this could be also a reason why with Call of Duty, there's so many players out in Call of Duty.
That's another. Yeah.
And you're never gonna get recognized.
Right.
And the thing is too, like I don't have local people that play Call of Duty, I guess, and be like on like a skill level like similar to mine, where we can go to like local tournaments maybe and play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like I can't really do that because I don't have anything, and I don't know anyone locally around me that I can play competitively like that with.
Right.
So that could be a stopper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I also don't want to go around and just go on and look at an esports teams online and be like, ooh, competitive esports teams, and then throw in applications and like, what's the fuck? What's the point? I've done clan things. I've done that, and it's complete BS. You're getting nowhere out of it.
Right. Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
If I'm going to put that much time and involvement in a game like Call of Duty, for example, I want it to be legitimate.
Yeah. It makes sense.
But hey, you do what you do. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Right. Yeah, I never really followed that kind of stuff. That's StarCraft was just simple for me. 1 versus 1. I don't got to worry about anybody else, and that's it. You know.
Yep.
It really does take out a lot of the complications, and that's what I liked about it.
Right. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't mind doing competitive games like 6v6 shooters or whatever the case, if you're with people that you know what you're doing.
Right.
Because then at least you can communicate.
I think you should make it your goal to be the most underpowered Dead by Daylight killer, and doing whatever you want, and try to be the best in the world at it. Like just go for the best in the world. Just see if you can do it.
I'll do Trapper. I don't give a shit. Trapper's awful. Michael Myers isn't the greatest, but I use him. I'm awful. Freddy is one of the worst was one of the worst killers in the game, and I can do perfectly fine with Freddy.
Really? Yeah, like get like so good at it that you're unstoppable. That'd be awesome.
I'll do it. I don't give a shit.
Become completely unstoppable.
Get in the top 5 rank with the Trapper. Let's go.
I would that's like I'll probably get like really crazy again with I feel like I know for me Diablo 2 is gonna be mine. Diablo 2, and then whenever Diablo 4 comes out.
2 for ladders. I've never done ladders for a Diablo game. I never did with 3. Like when I played Diablo 3, I did it just for shits and giggles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'll do Diablo 4 when that comes out, but that's like the one. Get on the hardcore ladders, yeah, I mean, I prefer the hardcore ladder because I like the idea that somebody that's going like full bore, like just going nuts, trying to push the limits and get that rank even higher and make it hard to get to, they'll lose their fucking character. You know what I mean? And boom, they have to start over again. And that's what's so cool about it. Like that's what makes the ladders awesome in hardcore, I think.
Yeah. Ryu, I'm sorry. I know. All right. So Age told me to watch this guy a lot, and like to learn. Like his videos are informative. I watched the videos. Him as a streamer, I want to punch him straight in the fucking face. He is arrogant. He's a crybaby. He just whines and cries like something doesn't work. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not allowed. Like he whines and cries, and like he turns around and he says on his streams and in his like his information, "Oh, I don't care if you troll me. I don't care if you make fun of me. But if someone does it, he becomes the biggest whiny baby you'll ever hear about it, and it irritates me. So I could not watch his streams because I just want to punch him in the face."
I have no idea.
That's just me. That's just me. I just.
Not to kick you off the subject, I'm giving you a complete U-turn though, because I just thought about something. Because you brought it up earlier, and I have to completely U-turn you. I'm sorry, but it's in my head. I said Diablo 4 before, which made me think Blizzard, which made me think that you asked me what I thought about all the stuff going on with Blizzard, and my answer is I have no idea. I didn't look into any of it. I didn't read anything. I didn't watch any videos. I genuinely have absolutely no idea what's going on with Blizzard's harassment shit at the moment.
All right.
My only question about all of it.
I will tell you. What the fuck?
Is it going to affect all of Blizzard? Like, is it going to affect Diablo?
I think so.
But could Diablo be affected by it? Is my only issue.
I honestly, okay, real quick, just to answer Rio, his YouTube shit is fine. Him live is an asshole. Back to Activision Blizzard. Okay, so Activision is now currently in a class 2 against in Blizzard, or all in a class 2 against all female employees against the company.
Every female employee at
yes.
Blizzard and Activision, or just Blizzard?
Combined. No, in general, combined.
Okay. Wow.
So because Activision basically owns Blizzard now, here's the problem. What happened is that they were caught in allegations of sexual harassment, sexual assault. Also, basically, they were using the females as a competition of who can hook up with who. Basically, a giant frat boy mentality.
Yeah. Got you.
They were not paying the females anywhere near, even though they were doing more work than the males.
Gotcha.
Being treated like shit, making them do stuff that was not even in their pay grade or their job description or anything of the sort. Mental abuse, physical abuse. They basically said it was a frat party.
Wow.
So basically, all the females are now suing Activision Blizzard. So basically, the way they put it as it was a frat boy mentality of a business, of a company.
That's such a shame.
Well, that's where the protests in WoW. I don't know if you saw about that video. Everyone sat at the main steps in areas and just didn't play the fucking game.
Really? Yep. No, you're filling me in. This is
People were protesting. That was their protest. They were sitting there and not playing.
Wow.
They were just sitting in there idle, not playing the game, not spending money, not nothing. That's also, I think, a big part of the spike to Final Fantasy.
The state of California is the one doing the suit. Yeah, that's huge. Then
yeah,
I wasn't sure how big it was, but
yeah, it's huge. It's massive. So I think also too the flux of Final Fantasy 2 going up is part of that, because I'm going to guarantee a lot of female players from WoW went to Final Fantasy.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, of course.
So that being the case, with that being said, that suit goes that big, Activision, Call of Duty will be out. Now they're also saying, there's also rumor they based and allowing the cheating from Activision for the Call of Duty games.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the toxicity of the company. They're saying that they implemented their toxicity into the game to allow it to happen.
Did they go on about, like, in the suit, were they talking about how long this has been going on at Blizzard? Or
I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I would assume probably a while. I think it's been since Activision took over. It kind of slowly got bigger.
Over 10 years? Wow.
See, they're done. I hate to say it. That might have just shut them right down.
But what I'm trying to understand is, and again, I know you probably don't have the answers, but is it more of an issue with people at Blizzard being frat boys, or people at Activision being frat boys to people at Blizzard? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, how is there that much?
It's basically in general, the entire group of Activision Blizzard together as a group.
Gotcha.
So what I'm thinking, it's just speculation because of how big it's going to be. One of the two, they're either going to separate again, or they're going to get shut down because of how big it is. Let's face it. If it's going to be that long of a time, from 8 to 10, over 10 years now, and there's that much of it going on, there have been a lot of employees. Let's face it.
Yeah.
It's going to be huge. It's going to be a lot of money. Call of Duty, I wouldn't be surprised, to be quite honest, if Call of Duty does not show up in a game this year because of this.
Yeah.
Call of Duty will die. I would not be surprised if the base of Call of Duty and WoW players, Overwatch, whatever the case,
right,
leave, and you see a huge drop in number of people online playing them. Sales wise, like, I feel like this is going to push way down. Now I wonder now for an example, the new Call of Duty is I believe it's either Sledgehammer or Raven this year. They're doing it. Is the company doing it? But the past 2 years have been Activision.
Right.
I wonder if they had this idea already coming. They already knew this was going to happen, so they pawned it off this year to a different developer, so they would be able to still release a Call of Duty game without getting fucked.
Right. It's cool. I'm sure Tencent will pick up the pieces and have more gaming companies under China's thumb.
Probably.
More like, see, this is like where it's hard for me. So like implying that this has all been going on this long, and when Blizzard's involved and Activision, I'm trying to figure out well who really is it? Because like I mean, does that mean that like people like Mike Morhaime and like all the big Blizzard World of Warcraft dudes, like I don't want to look at them, and I would love to assume that they had nothing to do with any of them. You know what I mean? Like that. Like, I mean, who's responsible?
I don't know. No, let's put this here. I also don't know.
Morhaime and Metzen, they issued apologies, but I doubt they personally had anything to do with it, though. You know what I mean?
They might. No, they probably did. They probably were instigating it.
You think?
Allowing it to. Well, if you're someone that high,
hundreds and hundreds of employees, though.
But how would you not know? Over this long of a time. That's what blows my mind of it. It's been 13 to like say 15 years plus. How do you not have no one come to you and complain about it? How many people how many females do you think they paid off? Wait a sec. Hold on. How many females do you think they paid off to keep their mouths shut?
Did that happen?
Most likely.
Do we know that that's...
You're probably going to see it happen because of how you're going to sit there and tell me they never did anything about this.
I don't know. I can't press accusations because I don't know anything about it. All I'm saying is there's less people that work at, say, I'm only looking at Blizzard. I don't know anything about Activision. Yeah. But at least at Blizzard, there's less people that work there than people that work at my job. There's 400 and some people that work where we used to work where I work now. Yeah. There has been tons of sexual harassment involved in this. And that's where I work. And I've only been there for 4 years. And there's tons of it. And there's tons of it I don't even know about.
Right, that's my point. So how much
so
of it is...
many more people, though, than Blizzard. Like, so many more people. You know what I mean?
Here's what... No, Ryu, you might know this.
Not everyone knows either.
No, I know that. But let's put it to this way. I don't know. When Activision and Blizzard became one, I have no clue how long ago this was. I have no clue. I don't remember when Activision and Blizzard became one. Ryu might know because I just don't know. He would probably know before I would. I don't know when they did it. I know it was somewhat kind of-ish recently, but not like, I'm not saying like a year recently. Like, you know what I mean?
I would say not everybody would know, though. That's like the only, and I don't know what the accusations are either, though. Like, that's the thing. Like,
as far as 2000, okay, so there's your thing. This is when Activision became part of Blizzard is when it started. So 13 years of this shit going on, at least.
I mean, I guess I'm just trying to apply it to like real, like to the life that we could only look at it at. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I would take my job as an example with 400 some employees. If I go to work tomorrow and one person a quarter of a mile away from me at the end of the showroom sexually harasses somebody, and then one person that's down at the shop half a mile away from me sexually harasses somebody, two people do have harassments, I guarantee I'm not going to find out about. Why would I find out about it?
That's my point. I mean? How many? That's what I'm saying. But
that's what I mean. I don't think someone like Mike Morhaime, like the president at the time, knew about it. Like, why? What would he know about? Like, why?
I think he did. I think he did, but it was one of those. He might have been like, I don't want to hear about it. You take care of it, and just crush it under the rug.
Usually, people get fired for like sexual harassment. Like that's usually all there is. Like if there's sexual harassment, they get fired, and that's it.
Hello, look where you work now. Hello, let's start there.
Right.
Right, but, you already know where it's coming from. It's under the rug, Brandon. Come on now.
No, I know, but usually the sexual harasser is the one getting fired, and most times they do. You know what I mean?
Most keyword. Hello, have you looked at where you work again?
But this sounds a lot. This sounds a lot bigger, and like there's a lot more going on.
I would not be surprised, in all honesty, that they either break up, like Activision and Blizzard go their separate ways, or one of them is done entirely, or both. But, I would not be surprised.
To have all of the women, like, so I'm just making sure I understand this right. To have all of the women come out and say sexual harassment case against Blizzard and Activision, that makes me think that they wake up in the morning, drive to work, walk in the door, and instantaneously go into the bad person room and get fucking harassed all day. Like, that's how I look at it. Like, how does every single person go, all right, I was there, here comes the case. Like,
one of the things I don't understand was that they basically went from cubicle to cubicle drinking, and they had guys would make a game out of it, go into the female cubicles and try to hook up with them, like hit on them and try to get them to hook up. Mm-hmm. That was apparently one of the things that they were doing.
Who were the guys though? Like, were they Were they game testers? Were they programmers? Were they artists?
Employees of Activision Blizzard.
Right.
So whether or not it was the higher ups, the lowers,
I'd love to
Don't
know
know
more.
what's
I guess I should probably look into it a little bit because it's
yeah, I
interesting.
don't. That,
but
I'm going by what I've read so far. I haven't heard anything more since what I'm. But I mean, there could have been more. I just don't know. But like, as far as I know, they're under a huge thing now. This is also why I think I'll put this in perspective. Why Call of Duty, Activision handed it off to Sledgehammer and stuff for this year,
Mhm.
because I think they knew something was going to happen, and they were afraid that it would shut down the project for Call of Duty. They didn't want to go a year without a Call of Duty game, so I
Right.
think they pawned it off. Now, with that being said, now being shot under the gun, you haven't heard anything from Call of Duty. Now everything's at Battlefield. Okay, well,
Right.
Battlefield now they're saying it's going to be, which by the way has a sandbox mode. Powers beyond whatever. Anyway, they're saying that Battlefield is might be the one to blow away Call of Duty this year. However, the lead developer from the Call of Duty back in the day turned around and came out with Ubisoft doing X Defiant, which is their new first-person shooter, which they're saying are going to be better than Call of Duty and Battlefield. Now,
Of course they're saying that. I mean, why wouldn't they?
because it's going back to old school first-person shooterish type ways, how it used to be years
Right.
ago. Now,
I'm gonna
I'm
leave,
also
and mom,
thinking-
it's gonna be better.
right now,
Just
here's
the
the
marketing
thing.
is what. Yeah.
Right, but here's also what I'm going to say with that. Now that Ubisoft is coming out with that game, apparently a beta or an alpha or whatever is coming out within the next month or so. But besides the point, they pushed off, like I said earlier, Jesus Christ, Rainbow Six,
Right.
Extraction. They pushed that off till next year. Why? Are they going to try to jump in and get this game out when these games come out to try to
Take advantage of a wounded
take a
Activision.
right?
Makes sense. In business standpoint, it would make sense.
And also,
And
if
they
I'm
don't.
not
They don't care
mistaken-
if the game's finished or not. Fuck it. They'll release it just to take advantage of. Absolutely.
Well, if I'm not
They don't care.
mistaken, they're doing. If I'm not mistaken, it's a free-to-play game.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's smart.
Right. So
Maybe they'll actually do damage. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I think they're going to try to kick Activision while they're down. Because, like I said, the guy running the lead developer for the guy that run it was one of the head developers for Call of Duty with Activision and all that forever ago.
Yeah.
And he got out of Dodge forever ago. And he's been working with Ubisoft.
So does that mean? So yeah. So what happens with Ryu? Put a RIP D4 in there. So what does that like? What does that mean? Like, does that mean if something really bad happens, we might not get a D4? We might not even get a D2.
D2? Nope. You might not get anything else from them for a while.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah, it's a way to shoot yourself in the foot.
I guess I need to know, like, and I get it's just more of an interest of mine. Like, I'm more curious about it, but I'd love to know the ins and the outs and what was actually really being done and happening. You know what I mean?
As far as I know, from what I know, like I said, it was a frat boy mentality. It was toxic.
Yeah, but
it was harassments. Like I don't know exactly what was said.
What we the public know is not exactly probably what happened. Do you know what I mean?
Or they're trying to
probably
make
way
it
worse.
less extreme.
Exactly. It's probably way worse. I want to know what the real is, because when I hear little things like that, the way I look at it, and maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just a realist, and maybe I don't give a shit. I have no fucking clue. But I assume that everybody at some point in their life has dealt with this somewhere. Every job you go to, maybe it's not you, but every job you've gone to, someone there is trying to hook up with somebody. Like, it doesn't matter where you're at. Like,
always.
So like it's hard. So like when I look at it, I can't look at it like, oh my god, why would that happen at Blizzard? Oh my god, why does that happen at every fucking place in the world? Is more like it. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. And the problem with that, and it's not even a problem. It's just it's kind of like I will call it natural.
It has to be something bad. Like there has to be. I want to hear like they have like a sex dungeon. And the basement of Blizzard, and they had like all their employees were like, "You want to work here, huh? You want to keep your fucking job? Get down to the dungeon." Like that is what like I would be like. Holy
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if they.
That's what I think it would.
They were blackmailing people.
I think it would be. That's what I feel like would be required to have all of these people come together and file a lawsuit like that. You know what I mean? I think it's a lot more extreme than
like I said.
You know what I mean?
Right, and I mean like. Not for nothing. Everywhere you work that has,
and half the people like it anyway. First, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but half the people are all on board for it anyway. Not everyone's against it,
right? But I'm just saying. But I mean, like you work. Like the thing is too. Like you can't stop it because like you have these companies. I'm not saying like where you're at or like Blizzard and all them. These these companies everywhere have a mixed gender, male, female thing. What do they think is going to happen?
Absolutely. Especially crunch time. They're going to work there, 20 hours a day, this and that. They're freaking, the people that they work with are their goddamn family at this point. You know what I mean? They spend more time with them.
How do you not know? Like, okay, you work with someone. Who's to say you're not going to meet, like, your husband or wife there?
You probably are.
Right. But I mean, like, I know for an example, and completely opposite of BS, Best Buy, believe it or not, you actually sign a waiver in your paperwork, like when you get hired, that you will not date anyone at the same store as you.
Really?
You will be fired. If they find out you were having relations, it doesn't need to be sexual, just dating in general. They find out, you're both fired.
Wow.
Yeah. I found that out. Like, you can't, because I used to have a buddy that worked for Geek Squad forever ago. I'm going back like 07, 08 type times.
Yeah.
No, maybe they might have lifted it over the time, but I know, for example, like, he told me he was dating a girl from there, and he told me they had to keep it hush until one of them quit because you can't have a relation with another employee.
That's crazy. Wow.
On the books, so to speak. You have to keep it silent.
I have a feeling that the Blizzard Activision stuff is a lot deeper than just some.
I won't be surprised if once it starts getting emotion, more and more comes out, and it gets worse and worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's no. It seems like to have like a huge lawsuit like that with many people involved in the state of fucking California involved. That's a little bit more than people harassing girls at their desk. There's more going on. You know what I mean?
There's definitely more going on. Well, like I said, I mean, I think that once whatever's out there now might be just a start. But I think once the lawsuit starts going and everything starts coming out more and more and more, you're going to start seeing a lot worse things, a lot more people, a lot of, you know what I mean? I think it's just gonna avalanche down.
Right.
And I think
maybe it'll fucking fall completely apart. Maybe the original creators of, will all come back together at some point and be like, let's rebuild this company from the ashes. And maybe they'll make a good company out of it. Who knows? Probably not, but I'm looking forward. I'm looking at like
tarnished.
Yeah, I'm looking at the other guys that left, like Moorheim and all them, that they're starting a new studio that I'm waiting to see what's happening with that. Like, I'm more interested in that, where all the original, Blizzard people went to with their own studio. I want to see what they're going to do. That has my attention,
Yeah, and the only problem is they're going to have to start their own, because they're not going to be able to go to their studio, because you think someone like that.
This was years ago that they started. 2 years ago, I think, that they started it.
But you know what I'm saying? But like, in the case of an aspect of like all these people that are going to get, waffled about this lawsuit, you think
who fucking cares about these people? These people suck. Everyone that's in there now, they're not the originals. They're all garbage.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But like, that makes you wonder, hey, how you don't want them. Like, if you're looking at people that are involved, you're not going to want them.
The big thing about Blizzard, and I don't know much about Activision, but Blizzard in general, the big thing about Blizzard is all of their actual fucking talent. And I'm sure there's talent in other ways, but I'm talking about the legendary people that built the fucking good games don't work there anymore. They're gone. No. They've been gone. Mm-hmm. The original D2 team, like that whole idea of D2, World of Warcraft, the original star, those guys are gone. They've been gone. You know what I mean?
Well, it's the same thing with Activision with the Call of Duty games.
That's why everything is a shell of what was once good, because all the good people are gone.
Well, that's the same thing. That's the same thing, like I said, with Call of Duty. Those people that worked on Activision, the older Call of Duties when Activision, was Activision at the time with those, they're all gone.
Yeah. Yeah, everything Blizzard's been doing anyway has been, who cares? Like, no one, everything's a joke. Like, as much as I liked World of Warcraft, I mean, who cares? The expansion wasn't that great. No one cares. They put cash shops on everything. Everyone hates it. You could fucking power level in the classic World of Warcraft. Like, you could buy a fucking token and be level 60. It's like, what the fuck? Like,
you know what? And you know what kind of, I guess we'll call it chap my ass for the hell of it.
People
fucking chap my ass. Okay. People bitch and complain about pay to win or microtransactions.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start there. Now, EA, we all know when Battlefront 2 came out Battlefront came out on EA for Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
People whined, bitched, moaned, and complained about microtransactions to unlock characters, to unlock whatever, skins, emotes, whatever. People bitched. It was either you grind it or you pay for it.
Right.
Okay? Now, let's put some in perspective here. Rainbow Six Siege. To get the new operators and skins, you either grind for points or you pay the money to buy it.
Right.
Why the fuck do they get whacked with? Why don't they get done with it? Call of Duty, for example. You go in the Call of Duty store, every fucking day there's new skins that you pay. You either get coins from doing the battle pass or you pay money for the coins to buy it.
Right.
You're paying microtransactions to this.
I'm on the same boat as you.
Like, whatever happened to old-fashioned grinding for shit?
Right. I think Battlefront. I think Battlefront originally got hammered so hard because they were putting character unlocks behind random boxes. You weren't able to just buy like your unlockable. What's that?
Like, who cares?
Well, they got taken down. That's why Battlefront 2 fell apart in the beginning. That's why no one played it. It was actually a fucking fantastic game, but that's why it did awful when it launched because of the way they did the loot boxes in it.
Kind of ruined everything. Shit.
Yeah, man.
Shit. Who cares?
It's still a good game. I don't know.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what people like. Why
I guess it was
about it?
Because like you can get like certain characters or certain whatevers that you can use, like hero characters to play as Count Dooku or something. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Congratulations, fucking grind to get it. I don't think you want me to tell you.
Right, but there was in the loot boxes. I guess it was all about like it had such a random chance of getting the Count Dooku, and you can never. Maybe somebody never gets it, or I don't know. I don't follow that shit, but people were really mad about it. I don't know.
People will pay fucking money, $25 for a fucking gun in Call of Duty that shoots fucking rainbows and assholes.
Right.
And
at this point, the whole loot box thing though is a bad fucking concept. Just get rid of him in general. You know what I mean?
Loot boxes. I like the idea of loot boxes. In a case of, I guess we'll go Overwatch. Okay, how Overwatch does the loot boxes.
And I'm fine with them, by the way. I don't really have a problem with them. I'm just subjectively saying, you know what I mean?
I think if they do it like how Overwatch does it, where like when you do loot boxes, you can get skins or you can get emotes or voice lines or whatever.
Right.
It doesn't affect the character.
Right.
Itself. It affects what you can get for them.
Right. No, I know.
That's better of an option because it's like, you know, you can be turned around and see like you're playing Tracer and you playing against another Tracer and she has this skin. You're like, oh, how did you get that? Oh, it was in a loot box. Okay, well, you want to use the loot boxes to get random chance of getting it, but
right.
You still can play Tracer. It don't matter.
I think that should be. I don't know what it should be. I don't know. I have no idea. I actually have no opinion on any of these things because I don't know what's good, what's bad, what people like, and what people hate. I actually don't know. I don't like any cash shops, to be honest. I don't like it at all. So I don't know.
So the thing is like, for example, like the thing is that if you don't give it to everyone, everyone's on this kick in this country of if one person gets it, everyone has to get it. It's all equality. It's
mm-hmm.
Everyone's on that kick right now, and the problem is that like everyone wants something for free without doing the work.
Of course, yeah. Yeah.
So like when you used to play Super Smash Brothers back in the day on N64, to unlock all the characters, you had to do certain things.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, you want the fucking character, fucking do the work. Don't sit there and whine and cry and throw a temper tantrum like a 3-year-old because you want Wario as a fucking character in Super Smash Brothers. Just fucking do what you have to do and get it. Done. It finished done.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. But that's, it sucks even talking about it sometimes because it's not ever going to go back to this. Like, it's not going to be what I want ever again. Those days are over. It's going to be a continuation of the way it is now. You know what I mean? And in my head, that's how games should be. When you buy a game like, say, fighting games, Mario, Smash Brothers, or Mortal Kombat, or whatever, I don't want to pay for fucking skin. Period. I don't think anyone should ever pay for skins.
You just have to unlock. There should be special things unlock.
You just unlock it. You should do whatever, yada yada, the entire time. New characters.
Right.
You have to unlock these characters. Cool. Put in 100 hours. Beat the game. Beat them with these characters in this progression.
Right. Do it on this difficulty or whatever.
Unlock all the characters. If you want to add a new character down the road later in a patch, I don't know. Put 5 of them together. Call it an expansion if you want to. Charge $15. We'll buy the expansion. We don't need this seasonal shit though. That's the kind of shit I don't like. Is like,
well, that, you know what it is too. It's kind of like they're half-ass releasing games.
It is.
Like at that point.
It's always been like that. It's
for a while now.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like half-ass completing a game. Like, okay, well, we got to release a game this year. It's got to be this time. Okay, well, we're missing 16 characters. Yeah, well, fuck them. We'll just make them pay for it.
That's where the problem lies. Is that someone makes a game, I say a fighting game.
They allow it. Like, that's the thing is the fucking society allows it. And that's the problem is that they're giving into it.
You can make a fighting game, and initially the original design of the game is say 20 characters, right? Or 20 characters, and everything's done, the art's done, the combos are done. Here's 20 characters. Right before they push it live, they'll drop it down to 16 characters and release it with 16, and then down the road in the next season pass, here's 4 more characters, or 1 more character, 2 more characters, when the shit's probably already been done. That's the stuff that's a problem.
Yeah, and then you pay 15. And then the worst part is you pay $60 for the fucking game, and then you pay $15 per expansion. Yeah. So now you just paid $60. You paid $120 for a game that was maybe worth $40.
I'm with you, man. Yeah, I don't. Luckily for me, I don't play many of these games that require these things. You know what I mean?
If it gives you the option, like Call of Duty, the season passes thing is the biggest load of shit I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know what it means. You got an operator.
So you get operators or gun skins or.
What does it matter if you have an operator that's different than the other? It
don't mean shit. It don't matter. It's cosmetic.
It's just a skin. It's cosmetic. Okay.
It's cosmetic. It's just a different character model, or it's a revamped one of another one that just made it look different. But the thing of it is like so you buy a season pass,
right?
You spend $20 on it. Right now, Call of Duty went through I want to say almost 20 seasons.
Right.
Okay. So you figure the average person paid $20 a season. You just spent $400 fucking dollars on season passes that you probably never completed all 100 tiers of it.
Right.
So what did you get out of it? You just gave Activision another $400 after, and that's just in the battle pass. That's not including all the skin packs you might have bought, or whatever the case. And you gave them $400 plus after you just paid $60 for a fucking game.
Right. I know what you mean. And I don't know. Some people are okay with these things. I'm not.
I just don't see the point. Like any game that I have that has a battle pass on it, like Dead by Daylight does. Will I buy it ever? Nah.
Right.
Well, Call of Duty. I couldn't tell you last night about a season pass. Not worth my fucking time. Like a lot of games do a thing anymore. And it's awful.
I think the best game, honestly, with these kind of things, one I've never played before, but the 2 best ones I know of are Path of Exile and Warframe. They're probably the 2 best games that have the best business model for these kind of things. They're both free to play. They're both free to play, which is cool. But because of the fact that they're both extremely good fucking games, and you do not have to ever give them a dime, to be honest. You don't have to give them a dime just to enjoy the game. But because it's such a good game, the player base feels compelled to give the money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're a good company making good games. Please take $20 because I guess I'll get these skins off you because holy shit, like, I have thousands of hours for free. Like, here's money. That's the way you want to win your customers, in my opinion. But you know what I mean?
Nope, not anymore.
Like, they have probably the best business models out there, I would say.
Probably.
Everything else is stupid.
I'd be compelled to spend money on like skins or something that the game was like free or like a $20 game.
Right.
I'd be more compelled to give them, $10 here or $5 there for a skin pack or whatever type deal. Because you know what? When you think about it, okay, you would have paid $60 for the game anyway. So what's, you know what I mean? You spend $60 on skins. It's the same thing if you paid $60 for the game.
Truth be told, though, like, our opinion is still kind of probably an unpopular one, I would think. And I'm only saying that because if they weren't making a fuck ton of money doing it, like, they have to be making a fuck ton of money doing it or else they would stop doing it. But the truth is that people pay for it and they make a lot of money, and that's why they still do it.
Like I'll say, for example, okay, so you figure 400. Okay, we'll say it's Call of Duty's been out for a year. Let's say 400. Say Call of Duty at the top of my head has probably 20 million players.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna throw it out there. If those 20 million players spent $20 for every season, for a total of $400 for the seasons, Activision just made $8 billion extra.
Nice.
Not including the game being bought and not including all the other microtransactions.
I feel like that's probably one of the worst games. And this is just me. I don't understand the point of buying an operator skin or whatever.
Don't do shit for me.
Because it's a first-person shooter, and you just see their hand or their gun, and you can see your character on like the score screen, but you're not looking at what you paid for the whole time. So it's like it doesn't make any fucking sense to me. But that's just me, I guess.
That's my point. Oh boy, that's bright. But that's my point. You're spending this money on shit,
right?
And that's what I don't understand. Are people this?
I don't mind it because it doesn't affect me.
Pardon my French, but like cheap.
Yeah, I don't mind it because it doesn't affect me. What would affect me is playing something like, say, World of Warcraft Classic, for example, right? And starting on a nice new server, everybody starts out, and then all of a sudden, like the Burning Crusade expansion came out, so everybody was excited, and instantly everybody goes character boost or whatever, boom, done. Spend $60, and boost their character to max level, done. And that person is now here, and it's gonna take you weeks or months to get there. That's fucking bullshit. Like, that's bad. I think that's bad.
They did almost every expansion.
Now I don't disagree with it on your live game, on the original game, like the main game. I don't disagree with it there.
They did that for the expansions, didn't they? Like,
that's fine. The game's at this point. The game's been out for like Shadowlands. You could go play Shadowlands now. The game's been out for 20 fucking years. Who cares? You know what I mean? Let somebody max boost it. Who cares? Classic's different.
For example, but like not even for example, like just because you max out the character doesn't mean you know how to fucking play it or know what.
No, but that's been out long enough that everybody pretty much has one of every character that played the game, so they don't even need to anymore. But I mean, that makes sense because the game's been out forever. But the classic stuff is different. Or just coming out with Burning Crusade, those 10 levels, and somebody could just boost 10 levels or whatever it is. Like, it's just crazy to me. Like, just play the fucking game. You know what I mean? Like, maybe 2 years from now, if you want to come out with it on that, then go ahead. But not on launch. That's ridiculous.
Right. And I mean, like, and that's the thing too. It was like, but see, the nice thing is what WoW had, and I'm pissed I never finished this, and I wish I did. So remember when they released the last expansion, whatever that was?
Shadowlands?
Yeah, you can be the little squirrel people. I don't remember what they're called. I don't remember what the tune name was. Or the character, the race, or whatever. They're like little squirrels or chipmunks or some shit. Don't quote me. Don't hold on.
I don't know of any squirrel people. Oh, the fox people, the Vulpin. Yeah, the Vulpins. That was in that was in the Battle for Azeroth.
Okay, you could be them, but you had to do certain things to get them. Nothing wrong with that.
Right.
My personal opinion, you want them, you're gonna have to grind for it.
Right.
What's wrong with that?
Rio, no, I know there wasn't one. I was just talking about with the classic stuff in the event. That's where I have a problem with for paying for shit like that. You know what I mean? That's all I meant. What do you say? I'm sorry. What were you saying about the Vulpin people? You could what?
Well, like, you can be them. You can be that race. Like, you can create a class for that race, if I'm not mistaken. But you had to unlock them. You had to do a certain thing. I know you had to get like rep or something like that.
Exalted or whatever, something with their faction before you could do it.
Right, but that's my point. But like, you had to try for it. Like, I can understand that. Like, you released it, but you still have to do something for it. It's not just given to you.
Right.
That I can understand. Like, I don't know why they just can't do something like that anymore. Drives me nuts.
Ryu, yeah. No, we're on the same page here. I know what you're saying. But my problem is I never want to see something like that at the launch of something. Like the second Burning Crusade, say that would have came out with a character boost to go 10 levels while everybody else is grinding. That's the kind of shit I don't agree with. Or when Classic came out and day one, boom, you could just do it. Boom, done. If you want to give it a year or two and then put it in, I get it. After that, because people don't want to re-level characters, it makes sense. It's when people have the option to do it at the start. That would be a massive problem. Massive. Like throw a fucking brick through the window problem. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you right now, WoW, I can tell you right now, I could fight. That's about all I can do on it. I couldn't tell you how to craft. I couldn't tell you how to do anything else of the sort. I just know how to click buttons and fight and wander around.
Bullpen. Yeah. They you had to unlock something to unlock them.
I know you had to get like exalted, or you had to get like the highest rep with
You
some
had to-
faction to get it.
You had to
Or
do it with
one or
all
two
like
factions
the.
or something like that. You get like 2 or 3 factions that be max rep in order to get it.
I don't remember all the new races. You had to like get to a certain thing in their faction rep to unlock them on your account or whatever.
I don't know. I haven't touched WoW in, honestly, when I first bought my gaming PC, probably about oh god, 8 years ago, 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Last time I touched WoW because I wanted to see how it ran on my new computer.
They have their store now is like it's all just cosmetic shit. I mean, it's not really like pets and you know what I mean, pets and mounts and all that kind of.
I used to love doing pet battles.
I never did it. I wish I did. I just never really did it.
I used to love it.
It was pretty much Pokemon, yeah.
Well, basically, see, the thing was that me and my buddy, when I played WoW, my buddy would play it for years upon years, like you have, and like other people.
Mm-hmm.
And he couldn't get like these pets or mounts, and I would turn around and get them after like the first try. And he'd be like, "What the hell? I've been doing this for years, and I can't get it. And you do this for like the first or second try, and you get it."
Like getting like rare ones and stuff.
Yeah, getting like the ones from like dungeons and stuff like that, or raids or whatever. And he'd be so pissed at me. So I always just found it fun to do it. So I would just do it because it was just fun.
I never like did it for whatever reason. I was always like busy doing other things in it, and so I never like got involved in it because it's actually you could spend a long time getting into that and doing that. You know what I mean?
Oh, the pet thing I know you could.
I have tons of pets. I just never did the pet battling stuff. But I always thought like I know there's a lot of people out there that say it's stupid and like they're like hated the idea that it came in, and I'm like, dude, they just recreated Pokemon with thousands of pets like in this game as something else to do. I'm like, I actually thought it was a really good idea. I always enjoyed
it. I mean, I didn't get that far into it. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I got somewhat into it, but like
I thought it was a great idea.
I made the mistake of not starting it from the beginning and going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
See, like I started getting into pet battles like when I almost maxed out my Warlock.
Right.
So
I started attempting pet battles when I was like, I don't even know, max level at whatever expansion, and did it for like an hour and I was done. You know what I mean? Yeah, I never went through the whole thing. I would have, but I don't know.
I should have, and I never did. I should, and I just never did. Now you're making me want to just get WoW back just to play with pets.
Just to do pet battles? I mean,
I kind of want to, and I'm going to kick myself in the ass for saying this, but I don't have the time. But I would love to get back into Final Fantasy 14.
Right. Yeah, we were talking about that. I
want to do, but I just like it. I feel more comfortable playing that than WoW because I understand the Final Fantasy stuff more than I understand the WoW stuff. So it's like I can kind of relate to it better.
Right.
But
I don't think I would like it. I got to be honest. I don't think I would like it.
It's actually not as bad. It's odd, but it's not.
It's just not for me, I don't think. You know what I mean?
Have you tried it or no?
No.
You can get like here's what I'm going to say. And
just looking at it, though, I don't like it. I don't like looking at it.
Try like the free trial day, like the 7 or 14-day free trial, and just try it and see what you think.
I know I'm not going to like it. I mean, I hate saying that, but it's very, it's more of a, from what someone has said, it's way more of an RPG than like a MMORPG. You know what I mean? Like, everything I've seen of it, and I've tried to watch people play it and do all this, there's so much fucking talking, and there's so much story, and there's so much this and that, and like, there's so much downtime, and I just don't want downtime, I guess. You know what I mean?
From when I played it, and I didn't play much of it, maybe like a month or two.
Mm.
It was a lot of BS quests. Like, don't get me wrong, I know WoW has BS quests, but there was like a quest, if I remember correctly, go to the bridge across town. That was the quest. Like,
yeah. I know what you're saying.
The quests were just shit. And that's what kind of turned me off from it.
There's been this thing, 1 to 50 story stuff is where it's really bloated. Yeah. I don't think it's a bad game. I'm sure it's great. I just don't think I'm gonna like it. I think the controls are gonna feel not. I think I have that problem. I've discussed it before. I have that problem where I think that World of Warcraft is best, tightest controlled MMO I've ever played, and I don't think anything's going to touch it.
Don't get me wrong, Final Fantasies
perfect.
Final Fantasies were okay to me. My opinion, they were a little, I guess, laggy,
janky, or like
input lag. They're like an input lag.
The global cooldowns is longer. The global cooldown's like 1.5 or something like that. That's long. You know how many times I can hit? You know how many times I can hit the next ability button in 1.5 seconds? 15 times, breaking my keys.
Right, but I mean, like, the thing is, like, with, like, I just don't, I feel like I don't have the time to sit there and be like, okay, I'm going to spend $30 for 2 months worth of time.
Right.
Okay. How much of that in that, 2-month time frame am I going to play? What am I going to play? 2 hours here, 3 hours there, maybe on a weekend play a little bit more.
I think, well, here's 2 more things for me. I never got to really play Final Fantasy 12, I think. 11 was the online one for PlayStation 2, right?
11?
Yeah.
I think so. 12 was Age of Zodiac.
Okay. That had, to me, almost the same kind of art style as Final Fantasy 14 does. You know what I mean? And I hated the art style. I didn't like the way that the characters looked, how their flowing blonde hair and their cutie faces and all that, and that weird, like, the way their armor looked. I don't know what it is. Yeah, but it is and it isn't. I can't put my finger on it, but there's something about, I don't like the way the armor looks on anything. I just don't like the way it looks.
I didn't like the way it played. I didn't like the way it played in 12. But I mean, not for nothing.
It's the same as New World for me. I hate the way it looks. I hate the time period.
I haven't watched it, so I'd have to watch something of it.
Patriot. It's like socks up to their knees and I don't know.
I want to see how I'm curious to see how 16 is going to play.
Right.
Because it's getting a lot of heat, and I'm kind of curious.
Like, New Age is like everybody looks like everybody looks like a continental soldier. I hate it. I hate the way it looks. I don't like the way.
When they remade it, and it was like. And
Final Fantasy 14, I think the other thing with me is that, although I believe it's probably awesome and I respect it and everything's probably great, it's also, I don't want to get into a game that's been out for so many years that everybody knows already. That's another thing. Like, if I would choose to play an MMO again, I want to play one on launch day with everybody and no one have any idea what's going on. That's what I want.
When I played, the only research I did on Final Fantasy 14 when I first started it was the classes. Just to look at them and see what I would like.
Right.
That was it. That was my gist of looking into anything on it.
Right.
Otherwise, I went into it blind because I like ranged characters. Like, I'm not one for melee or tank or healer. I like my ranged DPS characters.
Right.
So, like, in a game like that, like WoW or like Final Fantasy 14, I like my range. Spellcasting, summoning, I like that. That's my thing on those.
Yeah.
So I wanted a class, of course, like that. So I had to do a little bit of research to make sure there was something like it.
Right.
But other than that, I didn't research shit on it.
Yeah. No, I gotcha. I really just want to do the next thing I play like that. I want to play one on like launch where no one has any idea what's going on. It's a cool feeling. I love it. You know what I mean? And because even like when Star Wars, I remember when Star Wars: The Old Republic launched. I was in beta for that, and then it came out, and I was excited, and a lot of people were. And I remember starting that and playing it, and then being like, "Oh shit, let's do a dungeon." And it's like immediately the group I get into. Well, no one did it before. We have no idea. So it's like
it's all a guessing game of how to do it,
and everyone's having fun, like guessing game. Like that was so cool. You know what I mean?
Not anymore.
I want to experience it that way, and I know that that's really not how I'd be experiencing Final Fantasy. And I don't know. I don't really care.
I would love to get into Final Fantasy again, but like I said, I don't feel like I have the time anymore to sit there and be like,
right,
3-4 hours, like work a 10-hour day. You know what I mean? Be home by say 4 or 5 o'clock. Okay, well by the time I do chores, dinner, I sit down, I can find a game. It's like 8 o'clock. Okay, play till 8 to 12, and then go to bed, get back up to the same thing. All right, I feel like I couldn't do that anymore.
Right. Yeah.
So for me to waste the money to pay to use a subscription for a game like that, to me, it just doesn't make any kind of sense.
Yeah.
Well, my opinion, but that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have the time, it's different. When I played MMOs, I had a lot of time. You know what I mean? And that's just what it was.
Well, when I played WoW, I was in high school, so like during the summertime, I didn't do jack shit.
Right.
I can sit there and play WoW for 8 hours a day and not think twice about it.
Right. 8 hours a day. Jesus. Like 18 hours a day.
No, not me. I did about 8 because I had
That
other
was
games. I played
fucking
Call of
horrible.
Duty.
That
I
was
can like see
terrible.
like there's games I feel like I can't even sit and play a game anymore for that long like in a day. Like don't get me wrong, there's days I'll
I
play
can't
like
either.
games. Like I feel like don't get me wrong, there's times I can play like 5-6 hours in a day,
Mhm.
but it's not the same game for 5-6 hours in a day. It's like, hour or two of Dead by Daylight, hour or two of Scarlet Nexus, an hour or two of whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm hopping around.
Yeah. The most you'll see me playing video games is when I'm streaming. And I could technically stream. Like, if I was able to, I could play a game 6 hours easy, like on stream. You know what I mean? It wouldn't bother me.
Oh, right.
When I'm off stream, though, and if I have time and it's like the morning or the daytime and I have a free morning or free day, I'll try to play video games, dude. I'm like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I'm like, I got to go do something. You know what I mean? And like, I'll just walk away. I can't just.
I'm the same way. I can't do it. Like, but like you turn around, like, I'll play Dead by Daylight. Like I said, I played Dead by Daylight for an hour. Well, 2 hours because an hour and a half because the first hour was me trying to get in goddamn matches.
Right.
But I mean, like, I do that on a stream though. It's not hard to go 4 or 5 hours because it's just like you play a match. Okay, next. You just keep going.
Right. One of these days I'll have to check that game out, but I don't know when. If I can get a good discount on it, I'll pick it up or something.
It was just $11 the other day.
Well, I'm an asshole and didn't see that. That's of course. No, it's not $11 now.
It's not. I don't know. I haven't checked.
I doubt it. Well, I mean, well, if they just had it on sale, why would it be on sale again?
Why the fuck not?
I'm not even searching for it. I'm just clicking through nothing.
I'll do it just because I'm sitting here. Store page. Let's see. Page.
Oh, I have so much stuff to get done.
I have 50 hours into it. No, it's $20 game right now.
$20. Okay.
Yeah,
I gotta see it. This week maybe I'll be able to. If I'm lucky, I wonder if I could finish Resident Evil 0 this week. Maybe I could actually stream it 2 days in a row. Who knows? I keep fucking up Fridays. I feel bad, or I'm sorry, Thursdays, and I'm just ended up not like streaming because I don't get home till fucking late anymore. Like my schedule changed a little bit, you know.
Yeah, I was saying because you streamed.
I'm having.
I think you was
my schedule
1 or 2 days.
Yeah, schedule changes. It's hard. Thursdays are really hard for me anymore. Like it's 50-50 at this point, you know.
I just don't stream because with being, like I said, what I was telling you earlier, with having to be up at 5:30, 6 o'clock. It's like I don't want to stream because it's like it's just too late for me.
Yeah, I got you.
So I don't do it because I just don't want to do it. But once this job is done, I'll actually be able to get back to it because I'll get back to my 9 o'clock starts. So then I could stay up a little bit later and
wait. Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, eventually I'll be fixed too. It'll be fine soon, but I don't know when. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm all over the place right now. It's just getting rough.
No, that's where I'm at. I'm just.
I want to finish Final Fantasy 0, Resident Evil 0 already. If I can start Resident Evil 1. Zero is the fucking worst game ever. It really is. I'm enjoying it because I still like it for whatever reason.
Because you learned to save now and did it on easy difficulty instead of doing it on hard and then getting killed and not realizing to save it.
It's so fucking dumb. Like it's just there's so many. I can't. It's an old game. You know what I mean? It's old.
I know.
But there's so many dumb like.
I'm not gonna lie. I was waiting for the control. I was waiting for the controller to hit a wall that night.
I fucking threw it. I did throw it.
I know, but I was waiting for you to be like, it's in the wall. It's just hanging out of the wall.
Yeah, no, it's infuriating. Like I don't know. Do you ever try to play it? It's like driving a fucking tank. Like it's hard to.
Listen, first of all, I don't play Resident Evil on hardcore mode or hard difficulty and expect to go far with it. I don't do it because I know it's not going to happen. So I just don't do it.
Yeah, I'll do it on the new ones, but not on these old ones, dude. They're just
they're too clunky.
It's too clunky. Yeah. I am enjoying it though. I can't wait to see what happens with the story and whatever, you know.
Well, what part of you? Where are you in it?
I think I left the mansion. I'm in
you finally left the mansion?
I went on a cable car.
Oh, okay. I know where you're at.
I took a cable car all the way down to some other place, and that's where I'm at.
I know where you're at.
And the guy's missing. The guy got knocked off a rail. I don't know where he is.
I know where you're at.
Am I close to I think I'm probably closer to not close, but I'm somewhere. I have no idea.
I think you're about halfway.
Okay, so eventually, that means we'll get it done soon.
I'm pretty
enough.
sure you're a little over halfway.
Okay, cool. And then Resident Evil 1.
See, I'm excited to see you play like 1 and 2 again and all them because I don't remember them for shit.
Mm-hmm. Soon enough, as long as I can get on my schedule, I'll get it done this week. But I got to play some Torchlight tomorrow and stuff. I'm still rolling with that.
You didn't die?
No, I didn't die yet.
That's surprising.
It's actually one of the hardest, like hard difficulty hardcore runs I've ever done. It's fucking it's horrifying. I played a little bit today, a little bit yesterday off stream just to try to get a little bit more money. It's very hard to grind money in that game to like pay for enchanting or pay for like looking for new gear or whatever. And I'm trying to over level stuff if I could because like dude, 2 shots, my health just fucking plummets. And that's me over leveling stuff. It's wild.
Right, so you're getting to that point to where you're gonna get wrecked.
I'm scared. Yeah, I'm very scared playing it. But it's fucking fun though. It's fun. Okay. Torchlight's such a good game.
I was enjoying it when I was playing it.
So good. What time are we at here? It's 11:16. You have
your
work in the morning?
I do work in the morning. No, I do. We should be done with this job. Tomorrow should be the day to actually finish it. Tuesday, be packing everything up and taking it home. So hopefully, fingers crossed, by Wednesday, I can actually stream Dead by Daylight and actually stream another day or two a week back to my normal shit. Nice, hopefully by Tuesday night.
It's awesome. I can't wait for you to go back to normal.
I know, dude. I miss it. I do.
My schedule's fucked up at the moment. I'll be back to normal. I don't know when, but at least like Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. I've been pretty like good for, you know what I mean? Thursday's really been the only day I've been missing. Right? Sometimes Tuesday's been fucked up for me a little bit, but
well, the thing is too, you're never home on time all the time. It could be one thing or another. So
yeah, I could easily get stuck at work and I'm supposed to go live at 9. I don't even get home until 10 o'clock. Like that shit. So you happens. Get screwed up. Right. We'll get on track. I'll be back tomorrow, I guess, with some more Torchlight hardcore run. Blue Kill will be back. Yep. Hopefully, what did you say? Hopefully Tuesday.
Hopefully Tuesday night. See what happens.
Are you playing Dead by Daylight? Awesome.
I'm trying to grind points because I want to unlock Ghostface because I want to try him.
Oh, cool.
I don't want to pay. Yeah, I don't want to pay for him, but I'm kind of trying to grind my way slowly to get the points to unlock him. So
gotcha. Sweet. All right. Well, that's all we got for tonight. It is kind of late. You got to go to bed. I'm not gonna restream. I'm just gonna kind of chill, relax, and then come back tomorrow with some stuff. Yep. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. We very much appreciate it. Thank you. Let me turn this up here a little bit. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, should be here. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Who knows what happens? Life is a mystery or something. I don't know.
You tried that. You failed.
I did.
You tried and failed.
See you guys later. Have a good night.
Adios.